All right. We are back. Cut the sound down. Yeah, here we go. And we are back. Let me get rid of this echo over here. There we go. All right, y'all. So yeah, continuation of the past couple shows or today's show, part 2. And part of yesterday. Because I see my observation on a few fights get people riled up, as you know. And I'm just going by what I see, and I'm going by the results. So results speak for themselves. You know how it is. I mean, I got the fighters I'm fans of, but I'm gonna give it to you real. I'm gonna give you fan talk every now and then. I'm gonna give you corner talk as well. But we're back. So yeah, I know I got some open links to drop, and of course, come on, I'm always free to do that. Except yesterday, I had a long show. We talk about a lot of fights. So you got BJ in the house. He said it's time, of course. And we got Lolita at work listening. Get your grind on. I'll be doing the same tomorrow. Like always, 2B's what's going on. Marcus Bell, what's up? What's going on? Running Rini, of course. What's going on? And let's see, BJ said you pulled out the fight yesterday. He said I pulled out the fight yesterday. No, I was training yesterday. Mark Rose is programming while listening. Oh, all right, yeah, there you go. Go ahead and play it for atmosphere in the background. So, anyways, before Combo Santos, that means if you call me Santos, everybody runs from her. Everybody's been running from Santos. So, you want to make that comparison? If you make the Santos comparison, she ain't pulling out. Everybody's running from her. Right? But let's see what we got. Yeah, Marcus, before we jump into this next part of the show, I wanted to bring up something Marcus brought up. Shout out to Marcus. He sent me the post fight because I saw a little bit of it myself, but he made up a good point when he sent me this message. So make sure y'all listen. YouTube BJ. Real quick, I'll send him the link later. Anyways, Scott Coker, he did his post fight discussion, post fight press conference, and he was talking about the fights last night, Bellator, and he brought up. Well, he didn't bring up. No, somebody asked a question. They asked about the Chris and the Cat fight, and I think the way Scott Coker broke it down, he basically said what we all been thinking. Well, I know what I've been thinking. He said that, hey, they're just waiting on when Cat is ready for the fight. Okay, that's the work. That's the latest from Scott Coker's mouth. Hang on 1 second. Let me get this thing situated here. All right, got my phone here. Let me pull my phone out here. Hold on. was charging. Okay. I got like 10 people. Make sure y'all hit the like button. I mean, should I keep going? Only got 2 likes. I mean, I hate to keep saying that, but like, 5 likes. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna keep going. So Scott Coker did directly say it though. I just wanted to put that out there. He brought it up at the interview. And well, he was asked the question. He brought it up that the situation right now is on Kat. She needs to get ready. And he said, we'll keep talking to her team and Kat's manager. And, she's going to let us know when she's ready or if she's willing to fight Chris Cyborg. That's how he put it. Yeah. And, yeah, BJ, those are the facts. Like I said, I'm always waiting on facts. And that's kind of what was said before. Like, that's what the facts were from Chris. Chris said the same thing. She was like, I got word that she already wants to fight somebody else, right? So that was the situation. It's not all right. That's the argument I've been making. Like, it's not about being scared, it's about being ready. Right? It's not about being scared at this point. Brian Williams, what's up? It's not about being scared, it's about being ready. And it doesn't sound like she's ready. Scott Coker said, hey, we gonna, because Chris already hit her up. That's basically what I'm saying. Chris already hit her up, hit Scott Coker up, said, I'll take the fight. Because that's what she came over here for. So Scott said, made it clear, said once she's ready and she thinks she's ready, the fight can be made. So yeah, that's the point that was being made. Like, one party was ready, but the other party wasn't. We're not even talking about a fighter ducking. Like, if we scratch that part out, we're just talking about somebody who we know is ready for the fight. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Hang on one second. Hold on.
I would love for them to fight. I think timing is going to be an issue on that fight when Kat is ready to fight her, and we would like that fight to happen as soon as possible. So that is the plan. That is our plan, but we have to have both fighters agree to that plan. So we're talking to the managers and Kat's manager and find out when she'll be ready to one fight, and when she'll be willing to fight separately. Scott, no follow up. I don't think you watched it last night because you're at the game, the Suns game. But what?
All right. I don't know if you actually could hear that. It was a little low. Yeah, I don't know if you could hear that, but yeah, he said that basically, it's going to come down to her, I guess this one fight she's going to have, and then, if she's willing to face her. So he's still using those keywords too, like, is she willing to, right? So maybe it's the fact that they're still trying to decide, like, her team is still trying to decide if that's what she wants to do. But I think we knew that Chris is ready, though. Now, I don't think in any way Chris would be trying to duck this fight at all. So yeah, those were like pretty much, I mean, those were the moves we could see that were going on anyways, in my opinion. Like, from what Chris had said, what Kat had said, we knew that another fight was going to be needed. Because again, you can't just jump in there on a Chris Cyborg fight after a year off. Is that wise? No. You say you think Bellator is putting another fight in front of Kat? Well, Kat asked for it. I mean, Kat asked for it. Because even from what he said there, I guess he was saying that it's going to come down to this one fight or this fight. And then after that, we're going to see if she wants it. Yeah. And I saw Scott. Yeah, straight. Scott said they're still trying to talk to Harrison and her manager too, trying to see if she's still open, because Bellator is probably the best bet for Kayla Harrison. UFC is pretty much out of it to me right now. Right, BJ. Yeah, Kat can ask for it, but the question is she ready now? Like we're not saying we're past the ducking part. On my channel, we're not saying Cat's a ducker. All right. Like on my channel, we're not saying that. I'm dubbing it. Cat's not a duck. Cat's not scared of Chris Cyborg. The, the, the situation we're discussing, is she ready for March 11th? And the answer is no. Right? I don't care if she asked for her. I don't care if Chris asked for her. The situation we're discussing is she ready? Is she scared? That's not the question. Is she ready? I mean, other people in chat can say what they feel, but me, my argument is with the fact that she's ready or not. What do you think? I mean, you never answered that question, BJ. You always say she's scared, but like, what do you think, BJ? Is she ready? Yes or no? Let's answer that question. Is she ready? Yes or no? I think she was ready, man. She would have been moving. Maybe other stuff was going on at the time. And now that time is catching up, they said, oh, we got to get a number one contender fight. Yeah. He said plenty of time. I said that too. Leslie Smith or Blanco or Julia Budd when Julia Budd was there. So I guess that means he's not ready, right? That's all I was saying. Which is okay. It's okay. It's perfectly fine. It's perfectly fine if she's not ready yet. But I mean, if she wants to fight by the summer, got to get that legit fight. Because that was my main argument. I was like, way back in 2021, I was like, okay, we got, well, the first fight was Gabrielle Holloway. Gabrielle Holloway gave her some good moments in that fight, too. I ain't gonna lie. She did go the distance with her. Tough fighter. Courtney King, she submitted. Courtney King is a little bit older, but she's still a green fighter. So she didn't really present a big threat. She needed a ranked fight. Right? She needed that ranked fight, but she never got it yet. It's been 11 months. Well, excuse me. Not 11 exactly, but by the time she comes back in March, it'll be 11. Yeah. BP said, I think if Casey O'Neill beats Roxy, everyone locked in Manon to beat I. Yeah. Yeah, Liv Parker. Yeah, Liv Parker. Yeah, Olivia Parker. Olivia Parker's going over the PFL. Just so y'all know. So yeah, that's what it comes down to, just listening to that interview. That's what I think it was in the first place. Like, not really speculation because we still going by what Cat had posted up to, saying that we're going to have a number one contender fight. Then basing it off of what Chris said that, hey, she wants another fight before they face me. And then we'll do this in the summer. So yeah, they just wanted to make that clear that it's sounding like Cat's getting another fight. That's what it all comes down to. Right? So yeah. And let's talk about this real quick, man. Let's jump to this. We talked a little bit towards the end of the stream. Jessica Andrade and Amanda Lemos now is a 5-round fight. I think it's obvious. I asked the question, who would be, well, would it still play out the same or would it be more trouble for one or the other, right? And I do think that it does change up the course of the fight. Someone can be in trouble. It is really going to change up the course of the fight, but for one fighter in particular. And we can't lie. Y'all know how I ride for. Look, y'all know I ride for Amanda Lemos, but again, I ain't going to be fronting, am I? This is where you're going to catch me. This is where you're going to catch me telling the truth again. Amanda Lemos is the one that's going to be more so in trouble in this situation. With it going to be a 5-round fight. Why? Because she's going to be dealing with a fighter like Andrade, who's been there, done that, has the experience, has the cardio, she's durable, has the stamina. Um, when you go back to the Joanna fight, she was able to stay in there with fire with somebody with high cardio like Joanna. Who else? The Rose fight was a fight where I think she could have gone on for 2 more rounds, you know? And this is just the realm that Andrade is in. Like, she's always gunning. She's always gunning. You never see her in a lackluster moment in a fight. Like, she never skips a beat. You know, she's always drumming on. You know, we did see Styles make fights, but we did see Lemos, I won't say gas in the Hill fight, but she kind of threw with too much intensity, and that kind of put her in a position where she gassed herself. She gassed herself. Not necessarily that she had bad cardio, but she kind of gassed herself, her own self out with the choice of her offense, right? So I think it's obvious that Lemos is going to be the one that we can consider more in trouble when you're in there with somebody that can slam and somebody that can hit hard. You're right. But she has a chance. I'm gonna still give her somewhat of a chance. Hold on, Stray said any news on Megan? Not yet. Andrade, Lemos has a chance. You know, she just has to be a rhythm fighter here, but it all comes down to her jab, man. All comes down to her jab and her calf kicks. You know, you got to be able to take her apart the way Joanna did for 5 rounds, and that'll be a harder task because Joanna's gotten, since that fight, Andrade has gotten better, way better. I mean, well, I won't say way better, but she has improved since that first Joanna fight. You know, she's gotten better since that last time. So this is a situation where Lemos has to take what Joanna did and do that times 5, times 10. You know, fight at her rhythm like Nunes kind of does. You know, pick the rounds where she wants to go hard, and then take rounds off where she's still just working, pot shotting. You know, fighting off the back foot. Let me see. Brian Williams said this is a huge jump for Lemos. I don't even know who I want to pick, let alone try to pick it right now. I mean, when you think ranking wise, it is kind of a unusual pick. It's very strange, you know. It's very weird. You know, just how they made the fight, how they chose to make it. Yeah. Yeah, better opportunity. Yeah, better opportunity for fireworks. Lolita says she's going for Lemos. Yeah, I like to see Lemos win. I like to see Lemos win this. Lemos stay on the outside, jab, jab, jab. That's a big test. It's a big test, you know. It's a big task, that is. That's a big task for her, man. So it's going to be a lot of trouble for Lemos because, again, like, not only is she facing a much more experienced Andrade since the Joanna fight, you know, and since the Rose fights and the Wei Lee fight, Andrade has gotten better, you know. So even at flyweight, you know, she's going to be dealing with that experienced Andrade, and now she's dealing with a 5-round Andrade. I'm like, man, like, they're kind of trying to push Lemos back. I don't know, man. Like, this is a big one. Now that I think about it, I'm like, it's explosive style-wise, but it's a rough one, man, because so much going into this fight. An experience gap from Angela Hill to Andrade is so crazy. Yeah, I'm going for Lemos. I want to see Lemos do it. I think if Lemos does this, then it'll secure her something behind Marina. But Marina, nobody taking Marina's shot, though. Marina needs to beat Janjana. When she does, she's good to go. Mark Robinson said it's going to be super interesting to see if Andrade is going to live. Is going to give Lemos respect and space out the gate. If Lemos runs into fire, Lemos might not be ready for that level of crowding. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That is true. Like, I wonder, but the thing is, If Andrade tries to do like she did to Calvillo, Lemos could catch her. Lemos could pretty much catch her. I think so. Because Lemos, if Lemos can assert herself where Cynthia Calvillo failed, then she could catch her. She could do it. So she has to plant her feet and turn the right angles, you know, plant them at the right time, bait her, and catch her coming in. BJ said Lemos can't do what Joanna does or did. It's not a fact of it's not a fact of saying she can do what she did. Come on, y'all. Come on, BJ. You know better than that. You know what we're talking about. Anybody that gets a jab going, we're talking about a jab, man. We're not saying to do what she did. We're talking about taking key elements into the striking style and using that. You know what I mean? Like, fight off the back foot. You know, hold your ground at times. Get the respect. You know? She'd be better off fighting her like that than like Valentina, right? She'd be better off taking a Joanna approach than a Valentina approach. So if you look at her style, you would say, okay, this is what she needs to do. This is where she failed here. This is where she can capitalize. Lolita said, have you seen Lemos' IG training videos? Oh yeah. Yeah. I be watching them. You know, I be watching them things all the time. Between her and Whaley, you know, I be looking at their stuff all the time. B. Kendra said, does Andrade ever give anyone space? She gave Valentina space. She gave Valentina space. Some of her early bantamweight fights, I think Raquel, she did. As far as straw weights, no, because she knows they're smaller. Sometimes that's when you got to make somebody pay. Like Whaley made her pay. When she's not gonna give you space, you got to make her pay. That's the mindset you got to go in. Like, this person wants to crowd me. How do I stop them from crowding me? You know, how do I stab them? How do I get that stab in? You know? We can just say, she can drop Andrade, but I don't think she'll knock Andrade out cold. That would be crazy if she did, though. That would be crazy. I never say never. I'm gonna never say never. But yeah, I'm about 20 minutes in, and I'm gonna do about an hour and a half. So let me send out my link here because get my man's on here. Let me he on standby, so I don't want to make him wait all night. I mean, this is what we're supposed to do anyway. We're gonna jump to this next part. I mean, we're gonna talk Lemos and Andrade till we get there. But that's just something I wanted to talk about real quick because I'm really curious as to how they're going to approach this fight, what type of rhythm they're going to use, what type of game plan they have, and where can Lemos, you know, capitalize in a 5-round fight. Should she take her into deep waters or should she knock her out? That's the next question. So answer that question while I send out this link. Should Lemos look for a quick finish or should she look to try to take Andrade into deep waters? Deep waters, quick finish. All right. All right. BJ said she should do what Zhang did. All right. Quick finish. Marcus said if Lemos can finish, then quick finish. 2B said quick finish. Yeah. Yeah, because Andrade ain't like one of them punchers like you can take into deep waters and it's gonna be all good. It ain't gonna be all good. Andrade gets stronger. She'll Hulk out the fourth and fifth round. I mean, you can cut her leg off, cut her arm off, and she still is dangerous. yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I'm not with the deep waters either. Depends on who you are, I think. Like what type of puncher you're facing, or what type of one-dimensional fighter you're cleaving up, because you can't really just jab and move on Andrade all night and think that's what it's going to be. But yeah, I think quick finish. Marcus said if Lemos can find a quick finish. Brian said just fight the fight, let come what may. Mark Robinson said Lemos has probably never had a 5-round fight, so she might not know what to expect from her body. Good point. B. Kendrick said never rely on a quick finish. Andrade gets better over the rounds. 2B said how many leaks you sending out? Oh, I can send out another one, of course. I'll send one out to you in a second. Sending out multiple, so just give me 1 second here. All right, so we're jumping on here, and I'm gonna just kind of leave where wants to fill in. And let me get my mic sound right. I had to use StreamYard on this because I don't want to keep. I had to use StreamYard, y'all, because I don't want to keep doing that pause and echo thing, So let me get here.
The smoke dealer in the building.
There we
smoke go. Dealers in the building.
There you go. Y'all hear? Go ahead and turn yourself up. What's going on, BJ?
You can't hear me, man? Am I low?
Wait a minute. Hold on. I'm going to go all the way up on my side.
Let me see.
I got you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What's up, man? What's up, chat fam?
What's going on? Say what's up, everybody. It's BJ in the building. He said, "Let me get in the ring." He said, "I'm done. I'm done." He said, "I'm done commentating. I'm getting in the ring."
Done texting, bro. I'm done with that life. That ain't me.
see, hold on before we get started. Look, shout out to BJ. See, you hear what he said? He said he ain't about that texting and all of that. He said when he got smoked, what is he gonna do? He gonna get on here and try to chew me out. That's what he do.
I ain't like Marcus Bell. I don't stay hidden in the shadow.
Look, I ain't naming names, bro. Look, see, shout out to Marcus the man stealer.
Shout out Marcus Bell know I'm gonna come for him every chance I get.
Oh no. I'm just saying, look, this the guy who want to get on here. He ain't look, he show his face, no avatar, none of that.
None of that. I'll come. The choke dealer comes in the smoke dealer comes in the building ready for it. Marcus Bell drop comments in the comment. Now I'm just let me leave Marcus Bell alone, man.
All right, so BJ, where you want to start? I mean, we were doing a show yesterday. Where you want to start, man? I'm gonna let me know something. I want to know your thoughts.
Listen, Combo. I'm here to counterpunch today, bro. I'm taking the counterpunching approach, the counter striking approach here, bro.
Go ahead.
We was talking off camera, you know what I'm saying? But real quick before we get to what we was talking about, Andrade Lemos, man. I mean, I think she got a bang in this fight, bro. Like, she gonna have to do what Zhang Weili did. Like, you just got to bang because Zhang Weili didn't give Andrade time to slam her or clinch her or whatever. Zhang Weili went right at it, and Lemos got that kind of power, bro. She can't play around with Andrade Janelle. She'll get slipped.
Yeah.
She'll end up like Chukagian,
Yeah. Yeah, that's the thing, man. Like, you have to, like, what do you got to do though, man, with Andrade when she don't give you space, like she was doing to Calvillo? Like, what can Lemos do?
I mean, she got to meet fire with fire, bro. Mm-hmm. She can't be like Calvillo and try to utilize a jab when you don't have a jab. Like, you know what I'm saying? It didn't make sense to fight the type of fight that Calvillo was trying to fight. Like, Calvillo don't have the footwork. She don't have the snap on her jab like that. You know what I'm saying? She don't have the speed to try to fight that same fight that Joanna fought. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, or the same fight that Rose fought the second time around. You know what I'm saying? Like, if that's not how you fight, then don't try to fight like that. Like Lemos got to do what she does, and that's put that power on Andrade. You know what I'm saying? We've seen Andrade fold to power, and Zhang Weili is not even the most powerful puncher out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, she ain't the most powerful puncher out there, and she put Andrade away with speed and accuracy and timing. You know what I'm saying? Like, she that's how she put her away. So that's what Lemos got to do. You know what I'm saying? Oh, that's a good fight. Whoever just put the comment up about Song Yadong and Marlon Moraes, I think Song Yadong smokes Marlon Moraes. I just want to put that out there.
Okay.
Song Yadong smokes Marlon Moraes.
Okay, Mark Robinson said Andrade is coming off a first round TKO over Calvillo. She was amped up, clearly loved it. She might want to taste that thrill again. Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
She could be dealing with somebody a little bit more power. And, it's
Yeah,
going to
that's what
come
I'm
down
saying.
to
Like,
seeing if Lemos can hold her ground.
Yeah, Lemos got it. She can't allow herself to be bullied, man. Like, once you start backing up and you let yourself get bullied by Andrade, like, you know what I'm saying? And I hate to say this, but in a way, she got to kind of fight the same fight that Kovacevic fought. You know what I'm saying? Like, Kovacevic paid the price, but she didn't allow Andrade to bully her in that fight. You know what I'm saying? She was trying to meet fire with fire. Lemos got to take that same approach, but the difference between Kovacevic and Lemos is Lemos got that kind of firepower. Kovacevic was landing clean, technical, like the best strikes that she could land. She was landing them, and it didn't phase Andrade. But Lemos landing those same shots is a different story. But kudos to Kovacevic for taking the right approach. You know, meet it. You got to.
Yeah.
Unless you are as good of a striker as, good footwork like Rose or like Joanna, you know what I'm saying, with that, with all of that is nullified. You know what I'm saying? Like, but Lemos to me ain't got that kind of footwork, that kind of jab. Like, she ain't got that. She ain't got that, if you ask me.
Okay. Straight, I wouldn't disagree with that though. He says Lemos has a brawler's mentality. She don't know any other way. I don't think she has a brawler's mentality. I think she had the wrong mentality in that Hill fight. Like, she went in there saying, I want a knockout. But if you look at her fights before that, she was being more so calculated. Like, even her approach with her stance and how she throws punches, I think she just got overexcited in that Hill fight.
Yeah.
I think she has a plan B because she can submit. She can take it to the ground too. But I think that particular fight, everybody kind of got it twisted with her now because she came in there thinking that she could knock Hill out. But I think she knows that Andrade's a different animal. I mean, she better know that for sure. But yeah, I don't think it's the brawler's mentality with her.
Hill dropped her. I'm gonna be honest, I thought Hill won that fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like,
you thought he won. I mean, I still thought Lemos won it. It wasn't pretty, but I don't think it was a robbery. Nobody's been arguing.
I mean, I think that Lemos had big moments, but in the in-betweens, Angela Hill was the one working. You know what I'm saying? Angela Hill was the one working, and then Hill dropped her. Like, I'm like, come on, man. Y'all got to give her some kind of credit for that. Like, what?
No, I saw him miss a lot too, though. That was my thing. Like, she threw a lot, but she was like air punching. I was like, what you doing? Hill close distance. You know what I mean? Like, when it come down to it, though, you think Hill won. I think Lemos won. But can you say it was a robbery?
I can't say it was a robbery. No.
Thank you. That's all I want to say. Because in no way, neither one of them looked stellar. You know what I mean?
There was a recent robbery, though, that I was saying.
I think I know what you're talking about.
It was at 135. Who? No, it was at 115. It was who Cheyenne Bays just beat.
Oh, are you talking UFC Fight Night 115?
Who did Cheyenne Velismus just beat?
Let me see. Comments. Let me know. If I can't get to it fast. Hold on. I think I can get to it. Hang on one second.
Or
Mallory
this year?
Martin.
Was that the fight? I thought. Did I think Marilyn Martin beat? I got to go back and look, man. I got to go back and look at my page and see because I posted it, but there was a recent robbery, a recent fight I thought was a robbery. I got to go check and see. I can't remember. Let me see. I think it was. I can't remember, bro. It was Luana Pinheiro versus Sam Hughes. That's what it was.
Yeah. We agreed on it because I said that. I said that was a robbery too.
Yeah, I thought Sam Hughes beat Luana Pinheiro. Yeah, that was the fight.
Yeah,
they robbed Sam Hughes in that fight.
Yeah, I did too. I thought they did. So, let's jump on to the next segment here, BJ. Like, what's on your mind, man? We were talking yesterday about the flyweights, and your fingers got blisters from typing.
Yeah, man, that's the most typing I done in a long time.
Look, keyboard smoking. So I'm like, look, let's give your hands a break. What's on your mind? Like, where you want to start, man?
Okay, so we were talking today, right before this stream, man. You know what I'm saying? And you, like in your video, you said like, you know, Montana is in fear of being cut. Like, okay, like yes, and then yesterday you was telling me that I point out everybody else's flaws, but Montana's whole.
I saw that too. I went back and looked in the chat, man. I said he over here talking about Casey O'Neill touching up Antonina, but he was like Leonardo was piecing up Manon. And I was like, damn.
No, I know, no. I didn't say she was piecing. I said she touched.
I started to screenshot that junk.
I said she touched Manon. Manon didn't get out of that fight unscathed. Like she got touched a couple of times. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like Combo, I'm gonna have to throw this smoke your way. You don't point out Miranda Maverick's flaws as much.
I have.
And I have too. I've pointed out things that Montana De La Rosa should have done and could have done and needs to do, but man, you put her on that. You had everybody except Miranda Maverick on that little list you had earlier today, though. Miranda Maverick should have been the front runner, bro, because she is 0-2 right now.
0-2.
Like I'm saying, like in her last
2-2.
In her last two fights, she 0-2.
One's questionable though.
I mean, I get it, but bro, like Miranda Maverick should have been on that list more than Casey O'Neill.
It's not a chopping block list. I'm just saying, as far as making statements on how they're being pushed, that's the point. Like, I'm not saying Gatto's in trouble with being cut or like Montana is. I'm saying to a certain extent they have to look good in their next fight, or they could be on that block. That was the whole point. Like, if anything, Reno Rowe is more so in trouble of being cut.
Brian Williams said Hill did not drop Lemos. Yes, she did, bro.
I know. Lemos did. I meant to mention that Lemos dropped Hill.
Did we miss when Hill dropped Lemos?
What round?
Did everybody except me see that? I mean, am I the only person that saw that Angela Hill dropped Lemos?
What round was it?
I think it was third. It was third round. She dropped Lemos.
Well, it was like a hit to the back or something that was off balance or something. It wasn't really like a knockdown. Like her front kick.
I'm going to go back and watch it. I'm going to have to go back and watch it.
Yeah, we got to, because whenever Lemos dropped Hill, we all knew that.
I got to go back and watch it. I'm pretty sure she knocked Hill. I'm pretty sure Angela Hill dropped it with like an elbow or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm pretty sure, man. I'm gonna have to go back and watch it.
Yeah, because I don't really remember it. But yeah, as far as the list goes, I'm saying they're all in position to have to make a statement to go where they need to go. That's the point of the video today. But when we talked about Montana, when you brought her up, I do think she could be in trouble of being cut one day, man, because one day when they start cutting excess weight that hasn't really progressed, man, they might do it. I mean, the UFC's done crazier things than that before.
That's true, but don't you think that Miranda Maverick at this moment is in more danger of being cut than Montana De La Rosa, who just come off of a vicious TKO win?
I don't think so.
Oh, Combo!
But
Combo, you gotta take the fanboy out of it, man. You gotta take that
out. Look, Miranda just got started. Like Miranda just got started. They've been feeding her tough opponents. You know,
But Montana has never lost to an unranked. She has never been dominated by an unranked fighter like that. Aaron
but
Blanch, I'm sorry, man,
Aaron
but
is
Aaron
better than one of
Blanchfield
those
took
fighters, though.
Aaron Blanchfield took Miranda Maverick to school, bro.
Aaron is better than the majority of the fighters on Montana's resume, though. Like the one she's beat, in my opinion,
But we've never seen Montana dominated like that.
because she hadn't fought Aaron.
I don't think Aaron's gonna be that effective against a
No,
Montana, a big strong girl like Montana,
but she has got 30-27 by Viviane Araújo.
in a striking match. This fight took
Exactly. That
place,
should have been her time to go down to the ground and adjust.
but this fight took place in Miranda's house. Aaron knocked on Miranda's door and came in her house and beat her ass.
I ain't gonna lie, I'm looking at Ravioli's comment. I do find that kind of funny. Like, we gotta laugh at it. He said Aaron Blanchfield, big sister, Maverick Hart. I'm just laughing because like I'm picturing her like picking her up and like a little sister.
Bro, yeah, I mean, like, we ain't never saw nothing like that from De La Rosa. You know what I'm saying? We've seen Jillian Robinson TKO'd. We've seen Jillian Robinson submitted. We've seen Jillian Robinson dominated. You know what I'm saying? But we ain't never seen Montana De La Rosa beat like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, yeah, she got busted up in the fight with Viviane Araújo, but the entire time Montana was in that fight. That's a difference. The entire time she was in the fight, the entire time in the fight with Andrea Lee, she was in that fight. You know what I'm saying? It's Miranda Maverick that's getting shut out. I mean, I'm not trying to say like my girl, your girl. He said, she said. I'm just saying like tearing Montana apart like that when Maverick is the one that needs the pep talk.
But the styles make fights when it comes down to like the Viviane fight to me was still a showing that proved that Montana has to work or else she won't be getting any more top 10 opponents or top 15 opponents, right? I think they're going to give Maverick a chance based off of
like who do you think they're going to give Maverick to next? Tracy Cortez?
Let's see, Tracy. I don't know about Tracy. I don't know what's up with her. Let's see who's free right now. If Sarge comes back, there's Sarge. There's still Gatto. And I mean Gatto, that's a killer though, man. But they would do that again, man, because they keep giving her the tougher fights. You know, with Miranda, they keep riding in high with her. They keep giving her the tough fights. Well, you know, Montana gets a Rachel or Nadia Kassim.
That's a different time in the division, though, man. We talking 3 years ago. If they had if Miranda Maverick was on that level at that time, which she wasn't, she would have been there. Why didn't we see Maverick on Tough? Why didn't we see Manon on Tough? You know what I'm saying? Like they come in at a different time.
Okay, well, for one, Manon, she's overseas and she did a Tough House version of her show in Europe and she won. She won hers over there. And
the time is different though. Like the time is different. You know what I'm saying? Like now,
right. But Maverick wasn't there because she was working and she was younger at the time, too young. And now she went into a tournament like Tough and she won that.
I get it. I totally understand. I get that. You know what I'm saying? And kudos to them. You know what I'm saying? But Montana De La Rosa can't help who the UFC puts in front of her. You know what I'm saying? Like she can't help. That's not up to her. That's not up to her control. Fighters on that level don't get the pick.
They don't pick and choose the fighters she put in front of her.
But she's beat everyone that was lower than her that they gave her. So all of those opponents that we're talking about, you know what I'm saying? She beat them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like she beat them except for Araújo and KGB, and they were both close fights. Miranda's loss to Macy Barber, yeah, it was close, but the loss to Aaron Blanchfield showed us that, Miranda Maverick, I'm not sure if she can go in them trenches like that, dude, because she was helpless on her back. Like, I can never see Montana De La Rosa getting manhandled like that.
Oh, if she goes up the rankings, if she ever gets in there with them grapplers where that's her strong suit, and she gets in there with somebody that handles big girls like her, I mean, yes, you'll see it.
Yeah, I mean, we could see it, but not on this level.
But
This level,
I
we
still
saw
think that
Miranda
the
Maverick get
fighters that
dominated.
she fought on this level aren't as good as Aaron. Aaron just hasn't been in there yet. Like, I think it's just the timing thing. Like, if Aaron had fought Montana now, I think that she would fare better than those other unranked fighters. You still have to look at the skills, though. Like, those Aaron's probably one of the better unranked fighters than any of the unranked fighters that Montana faced. That's my point. And we got a lot. We can't lie. Look, Montana's getting tougher fights than Miranda's getting tougher fights than Montana.
So the fight so you saying that? I mean, it's the verdict is still out there on Aaron Blanchfield. So let's not start snuggling Blanchfield up next to Manon Fiorito here. Like she's only had 2 fights. We talking about girls who've had 5, 6, 7, 8 fights in the UFC. Like, let's not snuggle her up and put her on that same level that you put Manon on, because Aaron Blanchfield is not there and she's unproven. Miranda Maverick
not too far off, because
Maverick is not
3-0.
But is Maverick high level competition though? Has she shown us high level competition?
We're not saying. We're saying high on the unranked level, like you're saying with the people that Manon beat. I mean, excuse me, the people Montana beat.
If you look at what Montana has done in the UFC, despite the opponents, what Montana has done, how she's looked in fights compared to how Miranda Maverick has looked in fights, who looks like the hungrier, more vicious, more dangerous fighter? Montana De La Rosa.
No, I'd say Miranda does.
Dude, the way Montana went after Ariane Lipski when she got her down, dude, that same position, dude, Miranda Maverick had Jillian Robertson in similar positions, and she did not unleash the clip like that. She don't fire for it. She don't fire the gun like Montana does. You know what I'm saying? Like, Aaron, to me, with the way Miranda, her biggest moment was a lucky step in elbow that cut Liana Jojo's nose open. That was her, lucky. Dude. That was her biggest moment, her biggest gasp moment. Like,
her biggest moment was when she adjusted to the punching power and she adjusted to the straight punches, and she took away the right hand of Liana Jojo and started kicking her in the body.
But that one moment is her biggest moment.
But she set it up. It wasn't like she
set it up. She set it up. But look at all the moments that Montana has savagely submit someone. Look at the moments where Montana has ground and pounded somebody. You know what I'm saying? Look at the moments where she's systematically taking people down and dismantled them on the ground.
But again, that's against who though? Because even the Rachel Ostovich fight, that they had some close moments in that fight. Rachel was about to win at some time in that fight. When Rachel winning that fight?
Rachel just landed a couple of big overhand rights. That's it. Montana was picking her apart on the feet, dude. Montana was schooling Rachel Ostovich on the feet in that fight. And she had a couple big overhand rights that Montana didn't see coming. She wasn't seeing Montana stumbled is what we saw when Lipski hit her.
Well, can Montana win a tournament the way she did?
Against the people that Miranda Maverick fought? Absolutely.
I don't know.
So you saying Deanna Bennett can come in here and beat Montana De La Rosa?
If she was in there, I think she could.
Oh, bro.
Because you gotta look at how Miranda was doing it.
Let me ask you this. How do you put Montana so low but Maverick so high?
The point, I'm not making her that high. I'm saying that she deserves just as much a chance as they're giving Montana. That's my point. Like, you can't be ready to cut Miranda Maverick after only like a year in the UFC, whenever we've already seen Montana time and time again against the same level, but when she steps it up, it's like she disappoints.
When Maverick steps it up, she disappoints. When she
just got started, we can't say that. She just got started. 3 years versus 1 year.
Bro,
3 years versus 1 year, though. We've been seeing 3 years of the same Montana, whereas Maverick, we've only seen 1 year. You haven't
But
given her a chance to adjust.
Montana lost when she stepped up. Miranda lost when she stepped up and down. When she stepped up against Macy Barber, she lost. When she stepped down against Erin Blanchfield, she
Again,
lost.
I can't say that was a loss though.
I mean, if you look at her record, it's a loss. It's a loss. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, as
Like,
far as like the performance though, I can't really say it showed me. I mean, it showed me where she needed to step on the gas, but it didn't really make me say, "Oh, this person has no hope. She's on the chopping block."
but in that case, I can say the same thing about Andrea Lee versus Montana. That was a close fight. I was there. I was in the stadium when they fought,
Mm,
and it was a close fight. You can hear me screaming Montana's name if you go back and watch the video.
I
Like,
don't
you know
know if
what
it
I'm
was that
saying?
close.
I mean, you can call that fight was close. Montana had her moments in that fight.
But the thing is, I could
But
it.
but you don't
She
hear
made
me
it
saying
competitive. It
that
wasn't
though.
close. It was competitive. Let's say that.
You don't hear me saying that Montana shouldn't have lost that fight. I took that loss up and moved the fuck on, and then she went
But
out
there's
there
a
and beat the
difference.
shit out of
There's a
somebody else.
difference. There's a difference. Montana made the fight competitive, whereas Miranda had her victory taken away from her. That's my point. Like Montana maybe gave Andrea Lee some scares, but Andrea Lee stayed ahead of her, whereas Miranda stayed on Macy Barber until just one round, and they took the fight away from her
I
because
get it.
Macy Barber wasn't competitive in the first 2 rounds, in my opinion, and I think a lot of people agree with that she was not competitive.
But Miranda wasn't competitive in the Joshua fight until she made the adjustment. The last 30 seconds of the fight. The 30 seconds before she got that cut on her nose, Joshua was the one winning.
No, she wasn't.
Oh, oh my
Come on,
God.
you know JoJo
Dude,
wasn't winning that round.
Miranda Maverick was getting touched by Liana Joshua. That same
Okay,
one,
look,
too.
she ate some punches, but then who started eating punches and kicks? JoJo. JoJo walked into an elbow after getting pieced up from the outside because she wanted to go on the inside, ate a big elbow to the nose, and couldn't continue. But Miranda was getting into a groove. Like, look at the angle she was turning, man. Like, look at the angle she was coming in. She was using lateral movement, taking away the right hand, man. That's what I'm saying. Like, JoJo was not winning that round. JoJo was making it competitive, but she was not winning the round.
I don't know, man. But putting Montana on a lower tier than on a lower level than Miranda Maverick is baffling to me. Like, I mean, I'm just like,
I'm not
what?
okay. Look, I'm not putting her on a lower tier. I'm just saying that she deserves some time the same way Montana got time.
But if the thing is, okay, let's say for instance, fast forward 2 years from now, and she's in the, Miranda Maverick has suffered, and she suffered the same, and she's a victim of matchmaking. Listen, there's a bunch of fighters that we can call and say that they're a victim of matchmaking. You know what I'm saying? Like I told you off camera, you know what I'm saying, off of the live stream, we've seen Montana De La Rosa ranked, win a fight, go down a spot, or completely go out of the rankings, or have to fight another unranked fighter. How many times has Montana De La Rosa been ranked and her next fight is Nadia Kassem, or her next fight is Mara Romero Barella, instead of her next fight being Roxanne Modafferi, or, you know what I'm saying, somebody ranked above her? Montana hasn't had the opportunity to fight anybody ranked above her. Well, yes, she
Two
has.
times.
She two times. But look at how many times she hasn't had that opportunity when she's had a number by her name. The
But
same
that's
can
the
be said
thing.
for
When you
Jimmy
get those
Rutherford.
two opportunities, it's time to ride it, man. Like Myra
But
Silva would have been a good win to
let's
get it.
see if the same thing happens to Miranda Maverick, and let's see where her position is. Miranda Maverick can knock off the Mandy Bohms. She can knock off the Tracy Cortezes. She can knock off the Jasmine Jazz Divizias. She can knock them off all day long. You know what I'm saying? But when you get a number beside your name, we as the fans expect to see you fight up and be given the opportunity to climb the rankings. There's been look at how many fights Montana's had. She had 2 opportunities to fight above her, but the rest of the time she hadn't had it.
But that's the thing. Once you get it and you lose it, you go back to square one. Like they're going to have to do with Miranda. Miranda's going to have to fight some unranked people. Like she got her. Okay, look, she went on. I'm looking at her resume right now. Montana beat 3 unranked fighters. That's even my status. You have to beat That's my quota. You have to meet. Beat 3 unranked fighters. Get a high ranked fighter. Okay. She lost to Andrea Lee. All right. They would go back and give her one fight. She wins. Right away, they give her a ranked fighter in Viviane Araújo. So they didn't make her wait. They gave her one the same year. What did she do? She loses again. And when she loses that opportunity, it's almost like matchmakers are thinking, well, damn,
Who
like
did
this
she
girl,
fight
she
in
can't beat
between?
Leonardo Araújo. Like, she better stay to the unranked realm.
Who did she beat in between
Hang on one
Lee? Okay.
Bet.
Say what? Hell. Y'all know I'm coming to hit a brain combo to smoke. I don't know why he playing. I don't know why combo playing on this live stream. Coming in here playing. Oh boy. Daniel Edwards, in fairness to BJ, he's right when he says Montana hasn't gotten a wealth of high-level opportunities. Right. Like, they had Montana fighting in Australia on the main card against Nadia Kassem. Who the hell was Nadia Kassem? Like, how you get a pay-per-view on a main, how you get a spot on the main card on a pay-per-view? I think she was ranked number 13 at the time, and you fight Nadia Kassem. Like, what? I've been so upset with the matchmaking with Montana De La Rosa that it's been ridiculous. Like, you know what I'm saying? There were girls like, you know.
All right, I'm back.
All right, I'm sorry, Combo. What I was saying was,
my fault. 2 beats you here, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
All right. I'm trying to. I mean, like,
just kicking back, enjoying the show.
Okay. Yeah. So what was I saying? Yeah, with the Montana thing. So she got a quick opportunity right after Mara Romero Barella, right?
Look at the opportunities that other people have gotten, though. You know what I'm saying? Look at the opportunities that Ariane Lipski got. Ariane Lipski came into the UFC at least a year after Montana De La Rosa had already been sitting in a ranked position, and she got to fight Alexis Davis. Look at when Viviane Araújo got to come into the UFC, never fought in the UFC before, and she got to fight Alexis Davis. Like, how come we never saw Montana De La Rosa fight Roxanne Modafferi and Alexis Davis when they were all right there in the rankings? Like, that's what the point I'm trying to make. People have gotten better opportunities than Montana.
Lipski, they pushed her in against JoJo on her first fight.
Yeah, JoJo. That's what I meant to say. When Lipski fought JoJo, like, look at the opportunities that. Well, how come we should have been saw De La Rosa versus JoJo, De La Rosa versus, you know what I'm saying, Alexis Davis when she was active in the division. Like, these are the fights that we should have been seeing.
But the thing is, it may have been worse because, I mean, like, if she can't beat those two, like, you throw her in their first fight in the UFC or second fight, she probably would have came up short and really just, you know, got dominated right off top. Like, I think they were fair to her by giving her 3 unranked fighters like they're doing for Manon and Casey.
Yeah, who was that? Yeah, Ravioli. Yes, Montana was ranked number 14 when she fought on a main card pay-per-view in Australia. She was ranked number 14, and they gave her Nadia Kassem. I mean, that's at that point, that's when Montana was like, okay, y'all got me fighting on the main card of a pay-per-view. Y'all gonna pay me for this. Y'all gonna start paying me more money. You know what I'm saying? Montana was very vocal about that. Okay, I'm fighting. Y'all gonna have me for, obviously, from here on out, I'm gonna be fighting tougher people, which she didn't. You know what I'm saying? Y'all gonna have to. We're gonna have to renegotiate a contract. That's when she renegotiated her contract.
Well, after she beat Kassim, they gave her a tough fight.
Who did she fight after Kassim?
Andrea Lee. They did her right. That was her 3rd unranked fight. They did her right.
Was that after?
They're not always right, but they did it right there. They gave her a good they gave her a good level fight to rise. She was 14, you said. 14 after beating Kassim, all right? So
no, she was 12. She was 12.
Even better. She was 12. Andrea Lee. That was her opportunity.
I mean, I get it, bro. But she loses to Andrea Lee, and then she's out of the rankings. She lose. No, actually, Montana was number 11 because Andrea Lee was number 10. So I remember number 10 versus number 11. You know what I'm saying? She loses to Andrea Lee, and then she's out of the rankings. Instead of dropping down to number 14 or to number 15, she's out.
Yeah, that was messed up. I ain't gonna lie. That is messed up if they took her out of the rankings. Like I can't argue that. Like that is messed up. But my point is that she had the opportunity to win there. So there's nobody to blame but her. No, you can't blame the matchmaking there because they did her fair. They gave her a top
Okay.
10.
Yeah.
And you got to go from there.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. Like that's all Miranda deserves. I'm saying like keeping her around this long, they deserve to do the same thing for Miranda Maverick. Like, and I tell you her weaknesses before. I said she got a lack of focus right now, and she can stand to do better with her striking and her head movement. But I'm not
losing
gonna sit
down
here
to
and lie and say
Blanchfield,
she doesn't have an IQ. Like she is a smart fighter.
losing down to Blanchfield looks bad though. It
No,
looks
it don't
worse.
look as bad like if she
It looks
lost to
worse than
somebody like
Montana's losses. It looks worse.
Nadia Qasim though. Like
It
if she
looks
lost to
worse.
somebody like that, that's worse. Like everybody knows in the WMMA world what Aaron Blanchfield is capable of. Like Aaron has a very solid background and a good professional resume as well.
It doesn't matter at this point though. That I
It
get
does.
that. A lot of you can say that about a
Not
lot of these
amateur. This is
fighters.
professional.
It doesn't matter at this point. Like we argued this point about Manon Fiordo. It doesn't matter what her potential is. They all have potential. Doesn't matter what their
Not
potential
potential.
is.
What their accomplishments. What
Right,
they've
but
already
it's
accomplished.
what
'Cause that
matters,
makes them a
Combo.
fighter. That makes them the
What
fighter they
matters
are in the
in this
UFC.
moment? What matters in this moment, Combo, is what they execute at this moment, at this level. That's what matters. What they've done in the past, how old they are, what their goals are, how much time they have left. None of that matters. None of it when they step in that cage and that door closes. It's about what they execute when they're given the opportunity to execute. Now we're talking about Montana De La Rosa. To me, Montana has all the potential in the world. But if she's not executed at the times when she needs to execute, then that's on Montana. And the same goes for Miranda Maverick and Aaron Blanchfield. Aaron Blanchfield is still on this level right now.
That's not the argument here. That's not the argument to say that we're talking
You
about
just said that. You just said Aaron Blanchfield has so much more potential, so much. Okay, but
I mean, you're saying that doesn't matter on that part. I'm talking about when you say that. Okay, Montana. I'm talking about Montana's opportunities. I'm saying that Miranda deserves that same amount of opportunities, but you still have to look at the resume, though. You still have to look at that because, like, some people say, "Oh, wow, this person they lost to Marmir Barella." They'll be like, "Damn!" But if you say Aaron Blanchfield, they say, "Okay, I can understand. That's a tough fight." Then they say, "Oh man, they gave you Jillian Robertson. Wow, okay, you beat her. Dang, now they gave you Macy Barber. Wow, they're giving you tough fights." There's still a level of tough fights, even if you're unranked. That's my point. Like a ranking is just a ranking, yes, but you still, I mean, it's still important, yes, but you still have to look at who these fighters are. Like there's still a quality level there. Like you still have to say that Miranda's unranked fighters that she's facing have been tougher than Montana's.
Montana or Aaron Blanchfield ain't no more or no less dangerous than Montana De La Rosa. I'm gonna put they ain't no more or no less dangerous than Montana De La Rosa. They all on the same level.
No.
Casey O'Neill, Manon Fiordo, they all on the same level.
No.
So until they all fight each other, then we'll know who's tougher. I'm just saying, like, Montana ain't no slouch out here, man. Like, I don't understand how we not seeing the danger factor there when we look at Montana as a fighter. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what? Like, what are we you talk about how dangerous Aaron Blanchfield is and how dangerous Miranda Maverick is, but you say that Montana is less compared to them. Ain't no way in hell.
When it all comes down to it, you are still missing what I'm saying. You're still missing the point I'm saying. I'm laughing. Look, I'm glad you got one. Hold on. I'm glad you got one fan. Brian says you're on point, but I'm like, I'm here reading facts off of a paper, and that's how people get thrown off. Like they still don't go by facts. Like when I'm talking about, like when I broke down to you, people still don't believe me. So you must be accurate to some people because, like I told you, they were fair to Montana. She got her 3 fights. She got her top 10 or top 15, and she failed. Fought Marmir Barella. Passed Viviana Rugo, she failed again. I mean, what more can I say?
Well, we've seen this happen to multiple fighters before. I mean, look at Michael Bisping's road to the belt. If we want to step outside of the women's 125-pound division, Michael Bisping, how many fights did Michael Bisping win and lose before he finally got that belt wrapped around his waist? How many fights did Robert Whitaker win and lose before he finally? We've seen long roads to the belt. We've seen Stipe get knocked out.
How high
You know
were
what I'm
they
saying?
ranked though?
Say what?
How high were they up the ranks though?
Michael Bisping?
Yeah.
Dude, Michael Bisping started at the bottom and they kept him at the bottom.
Okay.
So we've seen it. We've seen it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've seen it happen. Fighters win, fighters lose. Yeah, Montana De La Rosa is 3 years in, but there's still time. She's young. And her being 3 years in and only losing 2 fights and how many fights, you know what I'm saying? The clock is not ticking on Montana De La Rosa, in my opinion, as of yet. But you flip the script to Miranda Maverick, the clock is ticking on Miranda Maverick. She got to show something. She got to show something.
Somebody that's been there longer, but that still has not stepped up their game. That's my point.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, come on. I don't know how else to say it, bro. I mean, I don't know how else to say it. But I mean, to me, Miranda Maverick is on the chopping block. I mean, she's on the chopping block.
I don't think so. I think Montana is more so because, like I
said,
so
a fighter that's 0-2 in her last,
in her last one questionable fight that a lot of people can agree with that was questionable.
But when did fighters on a 2-fight skid not become in the hot seat though? When Lipsky was on a 2-fight skid, we talked about Lipsky. When everybody else has been on a 2-fight skid, we've talked about them. But all of a sudden with Maverick, it doesn't apply to her. That doesn't make sense.
You got to look at how Lipsky's been, looking as well.
Look at Robinson just come off of a 2-fight skid. And everybody was saying, oh, Jillian Robinson, if she don't get her shit together, she gonna get cut. But Miranda Maverick on a 2-fight skid, and that doesn't apply to her because she's got a lot of potential and she won the Invicta tournament.
But she still hasn't got a chance to prove herself like Montana. That's what I'm saying. Like, Montana has been in here a long time. That's the point that I'm making, though. Like, Montana still has to come in here and show up. And then if she loses this Macy Barber fight, you're going to say it again. You're going to wonder why she didn't get an opportunity because she didn't show up again.
Man, let 2 B's talk. Let 2 B's talk, man. Let 2 B's talk, bro. I'm gonna get back to you. It's simple. Round 1 is over, bro. Round 1 is over.
Oh shit! They gotta go back to the corner.
Yeah, it's time to go back.
That was I think that was 10-9 my way though.
Yikes!
All right. Go ahead, 2 B's, man. The floor is yours, bro.
I mean, he must just say about that. I mean, it's 2 different opinions, really. Is one person has, okay, this person's been here less time, so we still got more time to evaluate versus Montana. You know what I'm saying? I think that's like the main thing is what I'm hearing.
But that didn't apply. That didn't apply to Manone and Casey in UAE the other night when Combo said that, Manone was the champ at UAE. How many years was Manone at UAE? And how long was Casey O'Neill at UAE?
That was my point, though, about her being there for one fight. If anything, that means that's even worse, though, because she didn't stick around to get the experience.
Well, the thing about that, though, Combo, so like, put it like this. If you like sign up to be a fighter and you're like, okay, I want to be a professional fighter, and then you set your set of goals, this, that, and other. And if your ultimate goal is, either money or it is you want to get to a certain promotion or you want to have X amount of fight, whatever your goal is, you know what I'm saying? You set that goal and then you go after it. Now, for whatever, purposes, I don't know what her particular goal was, but apparently, after she got that UAE fight, she then signed with the UFC. Now, whatever her goal was, whether it was money or her end game was to get to the top promotion, maybe that might have been her goal. And when she got the offer, she simply decided to take it. Now, that doesn't mean she's necessarily immature or, she made a bad decision. Like, if that was her goal, then look, you You set out for a certain goal, and then you achieve that goal, and now she's in the UFC. But to say that, you know, she didn't prove herself, or it's a bad thing that she didn't stay in there to get more experience. I mean, at the end of the day,
Preach.
if you get to the highest level and they give you somebody, no matter what the level is, no matter how low it is, because at the end of the day, those people that's at the low level, they had to do something to get on UFC's radar as well.
Bingo.
Whether or not they, you know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, she showed up, she showed out, you know what I'm saying? And it actually ended up working out for her thus far. She still got to prove herself. I ain't saying she ain't got to prove herself.
Right.
But, like, you know, at the end of the day, for her to be critiqued in terms of, oh, she stayed there once and didn't win a championship like Manon, I mean, we're talking two different goals. Maybe Manon wanted to get a championship in that promotion. Like, her goal might have been to rack up as many championships before she got to UFC. Casey's goal might have just simply been, I want to make it to the top as fast as possible, or I want to make money as fast as possible, whatever. Like, it's two different goals. You can't, like, necessarily say.
I would say
when you're undefeated,
that's why it shows in the type of style and performance, and that's my whole point about the two, who looks more polished.
But when you're undefeated, that's going to give the top promotions more juice to sign you. You know what I'm saying? Like Mandy Baum fucked up when she came to the UFC and lost. You know what I'm saying? But Mandy Baum, relatively unheard of, and she got signed to the UFC. One fight in Bellator, and then she got signed. You know?
Well, you have to look at certain situations where, you know, they need a body sometimes too. And that's when it's on you to say, are they using me? So maybe I better not take that opportunity. You know what I mean? That's why it comes down for me. And what I'm saying, like, where y'all kind of prove my point there with Casey, is that, okay, she probably did take that opportunity, but how far will you get if you didn't get that experience? And it is kind of showing in her skill set, right? That's why Manon looks more polished and Casey doesn't.
But being more polished doesn't matter. That doesn't.
Oh my goodness! You said it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
So
that was a low blow. I gotta take a break. Keep going, QB.
Okay, so what I was gonna say is this though. Now you're saying that she didn't take the opportunity to get her skills polished, and it's showing, right? So my counter to that is she's gaining experience at the highest level.
As she goes, exactly.
And on top of that, she is, you know, she's putting the most pressure on her in terms of, okay, if I fuck up, it's on the biggest stage, under the biggest lights, under the biggest pressure. You feel what I'm saying?
Dangerous gamble.
Dangerous gamble. However, the dangerous gamble resulted in now the top promotion in the world thinking you're the shit, apparently. You know what I'm saying? They got her on the rankings and they got her, you know what I'm saying, as the #1 rookie. The gamble that she took resulted, if nothing else, up until this point, to be a success. Yes, she has things to work on. Yes. She has plenty of things to work on. Manon has things to work on. Aaron has things to work on. Tyler has things to work on. Like, everybody can. No, I'm just saying, though, like, everybody has certain things to work on. But at the end of the day, if you say, I want to be here, I have the opportunity to get here now. Okay, I'm here. And then whatever opportunity you're given at that level, you do succeed at it. I mean, you can't necessarily be mad at that particular, you know, you can't be mad at that performance. And yeah, there's stuff to be improved upon. But me personally, I'm not trying to say Casey O'Neill is the absolute shit and, you know, she's going to run through everybody. I personally am waiting on this Roxy fight. I'm not even, you know, proclaiming that she's going to be the heir to the throne of Valor. None of that. Like, I'm just simply saying this is something that impresses me. Right. And then I hear from other people, oh, Casey's scrap. She's shit. She's, you know what I'm saying? Right. What's it called? Calls her Burger King and all this other bullshit. I'm like, yo, why does she get this much hate when there's people
it's only
like
because they see.
80%,
It's
like
only
a
because
good
they see.
80% of people, man, they come
the
into the
thing is,
UFC and lose their debut.
okay, hold on.
80% of
I gotta
people,
cut
no
you off
matter
for
what
one
the
second.
level is.
It's
But the
only
thing
because of
is,
ego.
hold on. The thing is, the other people are saying that, but you never hear me say that. I feel like my argument is still strong here because I'm telling you that what she could work on and what she could be better at is what can shut these people up. They're going off of what they see that this is still a green fighter. They're being harsher, but I'm just being real and saying this certain things I see about her that just need to be polished up. And
And
like what you were saying,
yeah,
two B's, the fact that she's taking this gamble, yeah, I give her props to that, but there's still a big gamble there because like everybody knows that there can only be one champion in this game. And the thing is, yeah, the victory could be sweeter when you win, but that just means that the defeat is going to be a hell of a lot harder. Because we're
it's
talking
gonna be
about
a hell of a lot harder for Manon
listen.
too.
We're talking about a division with Valentina Shevchenko. Okay, let me just put that name out there. Valentina is the champion. You want to be as prepared as you can be. You take all the time you need for Valentina Shevchenko. You can't come into the UFC at 24 years old, beat a couple of fighters, beat a Jennifer Maia, beat a Lauren Murphy, and think you are game to beat her. Yeah, you might get your title shot, but you are not going to beat her. That's why you take the time out like Manon did to be that best fighter
But
that you can
Casey
be.
not saying
Look,
that. The
now here,
only person that's saying that is Aaron Blanchfield. Casey O'Neill ain't out here saying that.
No,
Casey
we're not.
O'Neill
No,
said.
no, 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 no. We're not talking
Casey
about her
O'Neill said
saying that.
keep
We're
that belt
talking
warm.
about hold on. We're not talking about her saying that. We're talking about her signing now and not gaining that experience. Like y'all were trying
well,
to
here,
counter my
yo,
argument, but I'm saying, look, if she would have got that experience and even not even being in the UFC yet, at 24 years old, she could get to a point where I could have said, "Oh yeah, she's just as dominant as Manon. Oh yeah, she looks good." You know what I mean? Like,
okay, so
but now
comp,
she's at a point right now where you said she fighting UFC level, and there's still some holes in her game. She might take a few L's. It might be a long time for she get there, or she could face the Macy Barber syndrome and just be all the way knocked down the ladder because everybody was too busy hyping her up.
But the same can be said about
real,
Manon too. There's holes in Manon's game. There's
real,
fighters in this division. Hold on, two B's. I got you, two B's. But there's fighters in this game, in this division, that can expose holes in Manon Feudo. Everybody is just assuming that Manon is just this super well-rounded fighter. We ain't seen it. We ain't seen Manon show any depth to any grappling. We've seen her take somebody down. We've seen Israel Adesanya take people down. You know what I'm saying? That don't mean that he's a bona fide grappler. There's places that Manon Feudo can be exposed as well. And in this grappler heavy division, if Manon progresses up and she runs into a Tatiana Suarez or she runs into somebody that's trying to take her down, they're going to expose Manon. Manon is not
No, why do you got her on your triple threat or big
because because what Manon does is very dangerous. What Manon does execute is very dangerous. I'm talking about what Manon does not execute and what we don't see from Manon.
I mean, when you say she doesn't execute something, though, you really make it sound like it's bad. And I mean, her
Bro, we
ground game
haven't,
looks decent.
but I'm not saying that. But what you're saying is that Manon is.
Casey, don't tear down Manon. That's my thing. Like,
But you're
just
saying
be
that
real. Like,
Manon is this
Manon has some
well-rounded.
technically sharp things about her.
But you're saying Manon is this well-rounded fighter, bro, and there's nothing to really back that up that we've seen in the UFC. At least when I'm talking about Casey O'Neill, we've seen Casey O'Neill out here setting up takedowns with punches, throwing jabs and stuff. We've seen that.
So you saying she's done more than Manon?
From what I've seen in the UFC, Casey O'Neill has
world beater level.
Casey O'Neill has shown more of a well-rounded game in the UFC than Manon Feudo. Manon took somebody down, but she does not work on the ground. She has not worked on the ground in the UFC. She has not shown any depth or any skill on the ground in the UFC.
Oh boy! Oh my goodness!
What is she? Okay, what does she do?
You're looking at the level of competition that she's taking now too, and I mean,
but the level of competition. But the level of competition that she's fighting now is higher than what she's fought in the past because those people were not in the UFC. So she's fighting up a level.
When she's doing it, she's still losing a lot of rounds where Manon's going in there, taking her main skill set and blasting these fighters out. She's still looking dominant.
What did we see?
More dominant.
What did we see when we saw Manon fight a
Why
bona
would you
fide
wait,
grappler
why would you
in
try to go
Via
to the
McCourt?
ground if you
She
don't
got
have to
beat.
though? Why would you try to go to the ground if you don't have to though?
Okay,
So
but
I
So
wanted
she
to
has
add
been to
hold
the
something.
on,
ground, but I
hold on,
mean, why would
Teresa.
you just force it?
But I'm not calling her a well-rounded fighter either.
But she has well-rounded skills. She showed that.
In the UFC,
Yes,
against
against
who?
a better opponent than the opponents on Casey O'Neal's resume, Myra Bueno Silva,
So she took Miles Brandon Silva down and was doing work on the ground.
2 times.
Oh
Took her
no!
down the first round, then took her
Oh
to
no!
with the double leg in the third round and kept her down.
Working on the ground is what we see Jillian Robertson do. That's
Oh
working
boy.
on the ground. That's
Oh
working.
boy.
What we see Montana do, what we saw Aaron Blanchfield do, that's working on the ground, bro.
So she takes her down 1 round and works. Then that's not working.
Bro, she ain't working like a grappler, like somebody who knows what they doing.
Look,
Just like Casey O'Neal ain't out here striking like somebody
Manon
who
had a
knows what they
19 that
doing.
night and still looked better than Casey O'Neal in her fights when she's 100%.
Oh, I don't know.
Well, I just want to point out something real quick. So the whole experience thing, right? Casey O'Neal has more fights than Manon. Has won more fights than Manon. And when you look at level of competition, this relatively the same. When you look at what Manon fought, she fought a couple people that had more fights than her. Casey O'Neal fought people that had a couple more fights than her at the time.
Nope.
They both were fighting low-level competition outside of the UFC. Let's just, you know what I'm saying? Casey O'Neal had more fights. And she got into fighting earlier. Her first 2 fights as an amateur, she got completely stopped in the first round. She has not lost since. Hasn't even come close to losing since. So it's like, and she's stopping the people that she's going against. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like when you look at the competition and you look at the skill set, I could tell, like, look, Manon has better skills. Fine, that's all good, whatever. But when you talk about the experience level, it's not like they're relatively the same. It's not like this experience level over on Manon's side is like exponentially higher. Tabitha Ricci, undefeated fighter. Yeah, absolutely. You know what I'm saying? But this is a smaller fighter who had no chance of beating Manon on the feet.
Gimme.
That just wasn't gonna happen. And then you got the person that she just fought, Myra Bueno Silva. Yes, that's a quality win, but once again, this is an unranked fighter. You feel what I'm saying? So there's only so much you could put on that one. It's not like the combination.
It's not like it's drastically different. It's like
Manon also
out here
has
fighting.
more experience in other disciplines too. That's what I'm counting. Just like Valentina, you know, she has a wrestling background, karate background, black belt in karate. She has a brown belt in BJJ, boxing.
But this is mixed martial arts, though. This is mixed martial arts.
How do you
make
mixed martial arts?
You got to go out there and do it.
Fighter in mixed martial arts, though.
Say what?
How do you become a well-rounded fighter in MMA, though?
You fight.
No,
you fight. You continue to fight.
What do you do behind the scenes? You learn different martial arts, right?
I mean, yeah, you learn different stuff.
Valentina does it?
They
fight on became the champion, though. Like,
bro, they fight at the same level. They're on the same level. O'Neal and Manon are on the same level. They're on the same level.
Who has the better skills, though? That's what it comes down. I'm trying to tell you, Manon looks more polished and she's more dominant. That's what the argument is.
So let me ask you this, Combo. Let me ask you this real quick.
All right.
Is there plenty of examples, right, where a person who might have had more skills than another fighter got beat by someone who had less skills but came out more aggressive or had more power, or had this or had that? They didn't necessarily have better skills, but they have beaten someone who had better skills than them. Like, I'm just saying, like, skills are very important. Skills are important. Aggression is important. You know, fight IQ is important. They're all important, but skills ain't necessarily if skills was everything, Andrade would have never been champion.
Matt Serra versus GSP. Matt Serra versus GSP, the biggest upset in UFC history, when Matt Serra went in there and upset GSP. And GSP has a plethora of more of skills than Matt Serra.
I think I break down Manon a lot, but let's factor in more. Like people always miss what I mean about Manon. Like y'all heard my videos about the 3Ds, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
discipline,
yeah.
defense, and
Okay.
dominance.
That's a lot of stuff that Manon has right there. That's what keeps her, I think, sharper and more so of a polished fighter moving towards the top 10 that I see in Casey O'Neill. Let's put it that way. I keep it simple.
But I mean, that's just how we. That's just where we're gonna be at a diverge. You know what I'm saying? Like we gonna see stuff differently when it comes to that point. You know what I'm saying? But for me, what I see for Casey O'Neill is, you know what I'm saying, what I've seen so far, I can confidently make the statement and say that, you know, I feel like she has more of a chance of fighting someone anywhere, whether it's on the feet or on the ground, versus Manon. You know what I'm saying? If Manon gets up under one of these bona fide grapplers, she drowns. She drowns. And you know, and Casey O'Neill may get in there with somebody like Catlin Chukagian, and Catlin might drown her on the feet. You know what I'm saying? Like that's an absolute possibility. That can 100% happen. But
So you're
what
saying that you're saying Manon's IQ is not high as Casey
no,
O'Neill.
that's exactly 100% not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, based off of what we've seen in the UFC so far, it looks like Casey O'Neill is more willing and more confident to fight people anywhere. She stood toe to toe
No,
with.
I disagree with that.
She stood toe to toe with Antonina, you know, who is apparently been trained by the best and has had the best training and has traveled all around the world learning different disciplines and is much more of a polished fighter. She stood toe to toe with Antonina Shevchenko, then took her down and finished her. You know what I'm saying? We ain't seen Manon go, you know, blast a takedown right out the gate, smother somebody, then stand them up and finish them. We never saw that. We never saw that. We
But you're
never saw
saying that
that.
she's not willing to do it.
She's
Like,
not willing to do it because
She's
she
already
knows
showed that she'll go down to the ground in her MMA career.
she won't go to the ground with somebody like
But the
Montana.
point is, okay, listen. If you have a strong suit and you have other tools, okay, why would you not stick to the strong suit?
Why did Casey O'Neill choose to strike in the majority of the fight with Antonina?
Did she have to?
She didn't have to, but she did because she could.
It's not about it.
I mean, it's
She
simple.
had to push.
It's
She
so
had to.
simple.
She
It's
had
so
to, though.
simple.
She had to take that choice because she had to go ahead and push Antonina back. She had to make herself dominant. You know,
She could have took
Antonina wasn't
Antonina
gonna fall
down
for the
off
same
the
old
rip.
ankle grabbing.
She could have took Antonina down off the rip, bro. Jillian Robertson took what's her name down? Poliana Botelho off the rip, not even a strike thrown. You know what I'm saying? And she took her down, bro. Like Casey O'Neill could have done the same thing, but she chose not to. She chose not to because she knew that she could get the better of Antonina on the feet. She knew it.
Why was her head getting snapped back though?
How many times did Antonina's head get snapped back? Like, I mean, bro, like, I mean, I'm just saying, dude, like, I guess, listen, I think because me and you see
just
fighters,
because you choose to do it, it's not about choosing to do it. It's about being dominant, though. That's my point.
she was
That's one
successful
of my
with it,
points is to
though.
be dominant. Manon chooses to be dominant here because she knows she has that. But if she needs to fall back on something else, I believe she has those skill sets to do that. Like you can say, oh, okay, I choose to strike. Oh, I choose to grapple. Why don't you do whatever your opponent can't do? And that's what comes down to for Manon. That's why she looks sharper to me because she chooses to do what she's superior in. But, excuse me, if she needs to go to that next B or C, she can do that.
But Manon hasn't fought a bona fide striker in the UFC. She hadn't fought a strike. She hadn't fought somebody who is on the same level of a striker as she is. No, she hadn't. She hadn't fought Andrew Lee. She hadn't fought Chukagian.
Has Casey O'Neill fought a bona fide, well-rounded fighter, a bona fide grappler?
No, I'm not. But I'm not saying that she has. I'm not saying she hadn't fought an Aaron Blanchfield, a Jillian Robertson, or somebody like that. But you know, you put so much weight on what Manon has done, and look at who Manon has fought. She hadn't fought somebody who is just as well versed on the feet as she is. She hadn't fought nobody like that. When we see her fight somebody like that, then we can say that.
What is Casey O'Neill doing to make it seem like she's so dominant and well-rounded, though? Like, You're not
Who
even
has
looking
had?
past the competition. Look at the competition, man.
But look at the competition Manon is fought, and look at all the weight you putting on Manon.
But
Look at who Manon
I'm being
fought.
honest about the holes I see in Casey O'Neal's game. That's what I'm saying. Though. I'm being honest about the holes that I'm seeing, though. I'm not
But
just
you're
going to
not
tear
honest.
down Manon to make Casey look better.
But you're not being honest about the holes in Manon's game, though.
Oh yeah, I am. I have been holes.
You're calling Manon a well-rounded fighter, and she hadn't shown that.
Look,
Okay,
well-rounded
so
fighters have holes in their game.
so Victoria Leonardo, right?
Bum.
Where does she lie in terms of, you know, like, so the argument is like, okay, Casey O'Neill hasn't fought, like, the people she's stopping are worthless, more or less, right? That's the argument, right?
Yes.
The people she's stopping, it ain't nothing compared to the people that Manon is going out and dominating 30-27, right? But the thing is, are any of these fighters we're talking about ranked?
No.
Like Tabitha
None.
Ricci, she's in a
None.
division that she's not supposed to be in. She's good. She's a good fighter. You know what I'm saying? She's probably gonna do well in strawweight if she don't run into my girl Loopy, but whatever. But if we're talking about Victoria Leonardo, she might be getting cut just the same as Shanna Dobson got cut or whatever, and then just the same as Laura Procopio, or is it Procopio? I think.
Yeah, Procopio,
Yes.
Laura Procopio.
But you know, these are fighters that didn't, like Shanna Dobson. Yeah, you know, not the best level of competition, strictly even if you go off of the record. You look at Laura Procopio, you know, she was like 8-1 or something when she got to the UFC. It's not like she was like a complete, huh?
She was a good one. I actually picked her to beat Casey O'Neill.
Yikes.
And she had some good moments in that fight too.
Yeah, absolutely. Like Casey O'Neill, like I personally said, like, she has, you know, the defense thing and the striking specifically, like, okay, she can improve on her striking. But as far as the takedowns and the ability to stop people on the ground, you know what I'm saying? Like, that to me is, like you said, like, you got to dominate, right? I can't think of a better way to dominate than to finish someone. Like, yeah, you can lose a round. You can lose a round. Look, you could.
That's
Listen,
what I mean by dominating. You just can't have any moments where you looking like you're in trouble, like she was against Procopio and Antonina Shevchenko.
But how much trouble, dude? How much trouble was she really in, though? I mean, it wasn't like she was on the verge of
justice. I give her that, but she was in some trouble.
Charles Oliveira was in trouble.
Charles Oliveira was in trouble. That's trouble. That's trouble. What we saw Charles Oliveira
level. You know, that's championship level. I mean, she still could have been in trouble even on this green level. Yes.
But the thing is, like, when you're talking about a fight, right? Someone, like, think of a great example, right? That I just thought of off the top of my head. Chael Sonnen versus Anderson Silva 1. This is somewhere he dominated that man over the course of 4.5 rounds. And then guess who won the fight? Anderson Silva. I'm not comparing her to Anderson Silva. What I'm saying, though, is at the end of the day, even though Miranda Maverick, you know, beat Macy Barber, what was the end result? The only thing that people are going to remember is the end result. Now, that fight, particularly with Miranda Maverick, yeah, she probably should have just won that period. But I'm talking just in terms of when we have a finish in a fight, regardless of who was winning up until that point, the finish, the end result is what a person is looking for. Yeah, you might have planned, I'm going to strike with this person, or I'm going to keep it up against the fence in tight, in close range. And this, you might have a plan, but then maybe that plan goes out the window. Maybe you don't execute that plan as well as you thought you were going to. But at the end of the day, your goal as a fighter and in a person in life is to come out the other side of whatever you're doing with a W by any means possible. The fact that she's able to show that I have my holes in my game, but somehow I find a way to win at the end of the fight. To me, that is impressive. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, she got stuff to work on. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Manon has more polished skills in terms of striking. And yes, maybe if you compare Manon's ground game to Casey's striking, maybe
Bingo.
Manon's ground game is better. Maybe you can even say that. But at the end of the day,
Bingo.
Casey finds a way to win. When you have that innate ability to do that, like, you know, Andrade, she doesn't have the greatest skill set when she won that title. She didn't. And she
But I
did it
will
against
say
a
this,
game
though, like,
Rose.
you can't always be that fighter that's always dependent on some way to find a way to win. That's why I say you still have to be that dominant factor if you want to be a champion. I shoot for
Let's see how
Valentina.
many.
Look, I
Let's
shoot for
see how many.
Valentina. I shoot for Valentina standards. That's how I look at this thing, because you're in her division. That's how you need to approach the game. Like, you can't be always teetering the fight, saying, okay, maybe I'll win this, lose this round, come back and win this round. Yeah, it's impressive to come behind the back and win, but your approach should to try to win every single round. You want to make it open and shut. That's my point. And I think
Let's see how many people
Manon
drag
has that in her mindset to try to go and be dominant every moment of the fight.
Now, it's not like that she said, I'm going to go out here and lose this round. And then, like, it's
Right.
not like she's
Actions
necessarily
speak louder
planning
than
to do it.
words.
But, like, if it does happen and you're able to bounce back from it, you know, there's something to be said for that. You know what I mean? But, like, yeah, I absolutely agree with you. Like, when you're talking about that's why, like, I'm not necessarily, like I said, I'm still waiting on the Roxy fight. I think that there's plenty of people that could beat the Casey right now. Absolutely. Valentina, Caitlin Chikagan give a problem. She could be given problems by a lot of the higher fighters. Absolutely. But I'm just like, I think what it is for me is with Manon, right? Like, I will absolutely say she's a really good striker, and, you know, she's a good fighter, this, that, and the other. Absolutely. It's just that I hear the praise that she gets, and then I hear people in the comment section. I'm like, yeah, what Combo says is true. Yeah, skills need to be polished. But I'm like, I don't understand, like, the difference in competition level. That's the one thing I don't understand. And then aside from I keep getting those two mixed up. The last one that Manon fought,
Bueno
Silva, and even Tabitha Ricci was good as well. But, like, where I get confused is the level of competition, the experience. And Combo, you cleared that up. You said she's done Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu stuff outside of this. You know what I mean? Like, now that I will give to you. Like, I don't know about Casey's background. I think she just went straight into MMA.
She did.
But, like, the level of competition, that's pretty much neck and neck. Maybe, like, Manon's is a 10, Casey's is a 8.5. Like, at least. You feel what I'm saying? Like, they're neck and neck as far as that. Now, skill level, Manon has an edge in that. Absolutely. But when you look at the competition of who they fought, you look at what Manon's done, and you look at what Casey's done. Both are equally impressive, in my opinion, based on the results. Yeah, the skill, the way that she got to the result wasn't as pretty and wasn't as clean as Manon. Wasn't as skillful, wasn't as pretty, wasn't as technical. There's plenty of examples of people that have been successful who aren't the prettiest and most technical at what they're doing. Yeah, they develop more skills and they groom themselves as they went on. But, you know, my thing is, like, when we're talking about who's impressive, who's, you know what I mean, I feel like personally we still got to wait for their next one or two fights before we put one over the other. Just in terms of, you know, success / you know, whatever. Manon has better tools going for her, but I think, like, for now, like, even me, I'm waiting on it. Like, I would, hands down, I would put Manon over Casey based on their next two fights, even potentially. But I'm just still waiting. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to put one or the other over the other. You know what I mean?
But to do it, but 2 B's.
No, BJ, you already said bingo.
But what you saying, 2 B's, is but to put one above the other now doesn't make sense, right?
Yeah, like, I'm neck and neck.
Oh my God, I'm having a fucking seizure. That's what I've been trying to say for the last few months.
Well, look, that's what you've been trying to say, but that don't mean it's right.
But I'm saying, maybe it's better perceived. Maybe it's better perceived than received from Tubies than it is for me. To put one over the other at this moment is crazy.
You can
It's
put,
crazy.
you still have to rank. That's why there's a ranking system. Why you think she's ranked over Casey O'Neill?
But
right
there's
now?
an argument. There's an argument to put Casey O'Neill above Manon because she's got 3 finishes.
3 finishes don't mean she's got 3 wins.
No, it doesn't mean anything. It doesn't mean anything to me.
3
It doesn't mean anything to me.
And a better competition. You know, Mayra Bueno Silva is better than all 3 of her opponents. 2 of her opponents are no longer in the UFC.
They're all unranked though, Combo. They're every last one of them that they fought. Everybody that Manon and O'Neal have fought since they come into the UFC has been bottom level unranked fighters.
But still,
Mayra Bueno Silva ain't no stud, man. She ain't no stud.
Why couldn't Montana beat her then? Oh,
I mean, it is what fighters had their off nights, like you said.
You keep tearing Mayra Bueno Silva down, so you just tearing your other fighters down. See?
But you said, just like you say that Taylor Santos had an off night against Mara Ramel Barella. Maybe Montana had an off night.
Oh no,
I'm not chucking that up. I'm not chucking that up. Listen, when De La Rosa and Jillian Robertson lose, you don't hear no excuses coming out of me at all. There's no COVID-19. There's no C-19. There's no nut. There's none of that. You hear that coming out of my mouth.
Because there was just a lack of stand-up with Jillian Robertson.
Casey O'Neill had the 19 before she fought Laura Procopio, and she still finished the fight. So, Montana,
there's no dominated her.
There's no excuses.
Manon dominated Mayra Bueno Silva. So what?
But when you but I don't. There's no excuse.
She's a better fighter than everybody on Casey O'Neill's resume. She's still
when Jillian Robinson.
When Montana, she came in with a hurt ankle too and a fever and chills.
That's excuses though, bro. Like it is what it is.
It's not excuses because she won.
She won, but it wasn't her best showing. She didn't finish her.
You don't have to finish. You go in there in 30-27 somebody. That's my point. It was still dominant. You got to show the dominance factor. Did Valentina stop Jennifer Maia? No, but she still was dominant.
The point is, maybe people take it better from Tubi saying it. Putting one above the other right now doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. That's like trying to put. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. It doesn't make sense because they're on the same level. One hasn't done anything more impressive than the other. One hasn't done more impressive stuff than the other since they have signed their name to Dana White's UFC contract. None of them have, neither one of them. They've both been impressive. There's no what one has done doesn't look to me much better than what the other one has done. One is more preferable for me because I like to see stuff on the ground. You know what I'm saying? There's a favorable, preferable style to me. But as far as wow,
that's why you're trying to push it because you favor one style.
That's not what I'm saying. No, I'm not trying to push her. I'm not saying that what Casey O'Neill has done is better than what Manon has done. You, on the other hand, are saying that what Manon has done looks better than what Casey O'Neill has done. For me, I'm saying they're both equally impressive. One's not above the other.
Are you sure?
I'm very sure.
Because there's now when we talking about Manon down to make Casey look good.
I'm not tearing Manon down, but I'm doing. Listen. You may think I'm tearing Manon down, but I'm doing to Manon what you're doing to Casey O'Neill.
No, I'm not.
Yes, I am.
I'm being honest about everything I see with Casey. Casey looks
and I'm being honest about everything I see with Manon.
It's obvious. Casey O'Neill looks raw compared to Manon. Manon looks sharper at what she does.
And Manon can't grapple.
Oh my
That's
God.
what I see. Manon don't want to fight on the ground because she ain't the best there.
She don't want to? And she already went to the ground in her last fight?
I'm saying that when she gets in there with somebody that can test, people saying, oh, Casey O'Neill is primed to be knocked out. And Manon is primed to be submitted. So what are we saying here?
You can't just say that for the sake of saying that.
People, everybody else is saying, okay, then why?
Manon's physical strength in her clinch fighting and her takedown defense, you're gonna downplay that just to make them sound even though that's the vibe I'm getting. Because I'm gonna be honest, Casey O'Neill, there's certain things that she can do, but it's still raw. Like she's good on the ground, but if you compare it to like even Aaron Blanchfield's jiu-jitsu, it's still a little sloppy in there. Like how she almost gotten caught to a crucifix. There's little sloppy moments, but it's working. It just needs to be tightened up. That's all I'm saying. But Manon, if she has to go to the ground, she will. But to say she'll tap or say she'll get beat down on the ground just because she's known as a as a striker in her fights, you can't downplay her ground game.
But to say that, and to say that Casey O'Neill is gonna get pieced up or knocked out because she's not the best striker is the same exact thing, Combo.
But the evidence is there that she does get touched and she will get her head snapped back compared to Manon being submitted.
And the evidence of Manon not really wanting to fight on the ground is also there.
No, because she's never ran like from a pure takedown. She's actually went into the fire.
But Manon is not. Manon ain't taking nobody down and working, bro. She ain't. She didn't do no work. Dude, I can watch that fight right now. She probably had Mayra Silva on the ground less than 30 seconds.
Even if you don't want to count,
and she jumped right back up.
Look, even if you don't want to count her non-UFC fights, she's taking down fighters there too. So,
yeah, but on what level?
The level that she was on at the time.
Exactly.
To let you know that she has a ground game.
So can you not say that the grapplers as a whole at 125 pounds in the UFC are on a different level than anything outside of the UFC?
Of course. Look, the one.
Okay, then.
Wait, of course they're on a different level. But to say she's scared of engaging with them,
I didn't say that. I just said that that's not how she chooses to fight.
Run for her life, basically.
She don't choose to fight like that.
Why would you when the striking is definitely better than those fighters? That's my point.
So based off of pure speculation, Combo, which is what we're speculating here, based off of facts and pure speculation, what we see is that Manon Fiorot don't engage on the ground that much in the UFC.
Don't engage too much?
She don't engage much at all.
Well, she showed you that she can in her last fight. That's why I'm saying out of 3 fights.
She can, but against who?
Mayra Silva.
Okay.
Okay.
Before Mayra Silva could even think about doing anything, Manon hopped up off the top of her and was back at range. She disengaged so quick that it was ridiculous. She took her down and she bounced back up like a trampoline, bro.
She scored a takedown the first round and she scored another one in the third.
Like a trampoline.
And in the third round.
And bounced up like a trampoline.
She bounced back up quick?
Yes. Come on, bro. I mean, I can't sit here and let you pick Casey O'Neill apart like that, man. And you're not.
So now you're talking about Casey. And see, we're not talking about Casey. We're talking about Manon.
We are talking about Manon.
And why you know what I'm saying? Casey, I'll get back to her. We're talking about Manon right now.
But Manon, for me, Manon hadn't shown as much of a well-rounded game as some of the other fighters in the division. She has shown to be an absolute
well-rounded skills. I will say.
How much damage did she inflict on Mayra Silva? How close was she to finishing Mayra Silva when she took her down, or did she just score a takedown?
She scored and she outworked her. Ground control as well, you know.
Okay.
I say this. I would put Erin Blanchfield over Manon in terms of well-roundedness, though.
I didn't say it.
I would make that argument, but still I would disagree with that. I would do that before I would Casey. But now if we were talking Casey, if we were talking Erin and Manon, yeah, I would definitely go with that argument. I would say, yeah, but even then I would disagree because Erin gets hit too much.
Yeah, that's a defense with her too, but like no, the reason I said because they both got a knockout over Leonardo, so it's like, you know.
Yeah, her kickboxing. Yeah. And I'm glad you brought that up. Now you helped me with my argument. Her argument, Erin is showing you, look, she's got game, and look, you don't have to be ranked to show these type of next level skills, BJ. She's not as green as Casey O'Neill. See, he's already saying that she's better, well-rounded than Manon. Then that's telling you that, look, Erin skill set is showing it looks better than Casey O'Neill. Because Erin's got the kickboxing, got the jiu-jitsu, and she's got the wrestling. So if you want to throw her in the mix, look at her if you want to stay well-rounded fighter. That's what a well-rounded fighter is going to look like, or needs to look like even on this level.
Mark Robinson made a good statement. He said, what's not being said is that generally speaking, which I have said this, Mark Robinson, striking is considered a higher and more dangerous skill than grappling because it's easier to hit someone than to get a hold of them. That's what I'm saying. Being able to get a hold of somebody and take them down and control them and finish them, It's easy to hit somebody, but to do that, it's easy to hit somebody who is not as good on the feet as you are. You know what I'm saying? But to manipulate somebody's body and use their weight against them and use your weight against them, that's a whole different ball game, man. And everybody can't swim down there. You can look as good as you want to on the feet, but if you can't swim on the ground, you can't swim. I.e., for example, Tate versus Holly Holm. Holly can't survive down there. You can be as good of a striker as you want.
Or like cut out.
BJ, where you at?
Oh, I'm here. Did I cut out?
Yeah, where were you at? You said Holly.
I'm saying, for example, Holly versus Misha. You can be as good of a striker, and you can be the best striker in the world. To me, Holly is one of the best strikers in the world. You can be as good as you want to be on the feet. But if you can't swim when you get up under that water, then you're useless. It's useless when somebody takes you down. Being able to take somebody down, to me, is a fight-changing, game-changing ability to have, to be able to take somebody, grab somebody, take them down, and finish them. You know what I'm saying? It's different. It's levels to it, man. And we have not seen Manon in that situation. We've seen Casey O'Neill in striking situations, and she's handled herself pretty well. You know what I'm saying?
Think about it. Like, the situations that Manon has been in, I haven't seen her have any trouble with. I haven't seen her not want to go for a takedown. You know, like I already said, like she doesn't seem scared of the ground. Like she's fearful of that.
But nobody's went after her on the ground. Nobody's went relentlessly after Manon to try to take her down, though. That's what I'm saying. She hadn't fought that type of person. Maida Bueno Silva could have been that type of fighter, but that's not what her game. That's not what her intentions were. We haven't seen somebody go in there and chase after Manon and put Manon against the cage and try to take her down. We haven't seen her end up with somebody on top of her. You know, and since you know, fights outside of the UFC hold so much weight, look what happened when she fought a bona fide grappler in the most least skilled fighter on the featherweight roster, Leah McCourt.
That was her first fight.
It don't matter, but no, those fights hold so much weight, so I'm gonna rely on one of those fights.
You talking about Leah McCourt? So now you're trying to downplay that fight, which I thought you agreed that she won.
I believe that she did enough to win, but the grappling is
now
what
you're trying to play. Oh
no,
I did my round by round on that fight.
I'm not trying to play nothing. She lost the fight.
Don't switch it up for your King Casey.
I'm not switching it up, bro. I'm not switching it up. But what I'm saying is, Manon did a lot of work.
If anything, Manon showed you how tough she is. That she is big and strong, and this was a tough fight for her in her debut.
Right, Combo.
She won.
But I'm saying, what swayed the judges in Leah McCourt's favor? It wasn't the striking, it was the grappling.
So you're saying her ground game was on point because she did well on the ground in that fight. Manon won that fight even on the ground, hammer fist. Now that was work. So if anything, you're just making my point even stronger that her ground game is good. Especially
bro, she lost the fight. She lost the fight.
Robbed.
She lost.
Robbed.
That's like, she lost. She still lost. You can see why she lost. She was taken down and controlled multiple times in this fight, and you don't think that there's at least
I did a breakdown of that fight too. I told you she won those ground moments.
But you don't think and Lima Lay McFarlane won the fight with Juliana Velasquez, in my opinion. I broke down that fight. She still lost.
That's different. That's a total.
That's not different. That's not different. That's not different. That's not different.
That fight.
No, she did not.
Well,
no, she did. In my opinion, she didn't.
This fight here with Manon. That day I did that breakdown. Y'all know I said she got robbed. Y'all clearly saw where Manon had success on the ground, and she showed you ground game against a big, strong grappler. So if anything, you just helping my argument that she is a well-rounded fighter.
So wait a minute, hold on. So somebody just put in the comment section that Misha's win over Holly was a fluke. Go to bed. Go to bed. Go to bed and wake up, and we'll try this thing again tomorrow.
Well,
go take a nap.
The first 4 rounds, was
No. Holly was 3-2. It was 3-2 because Misha took
like
Holly
4-1.
down early in round
Like
2
4,
and dominated. Man, come on, man. Come on. Misha versus Holly was not a fluke. That's the most ridiculous thing I ever said.
She was winning that fight. Holly was though.
Yeah, but who won the fight?
Man, but
who won? Misha Holly ain't been the
though,
same.
man.
Holly ain't been the same since she lost to Misha.
You see, that's the thing too. Okay, look, this is my point too about just kind of being that behind the back fighter. Misha Tate won it, right?
Yes.
But did she keep the belt?
No. Did Holly keep the belt?
That's my point about the behind the back type of fighters. I mean, it's cool. Okay, yeah, you can come back and win. Okay, that's impressive, but it's all about having a dominance factor.
I mean, I get it, man. I get it. Listen, the verdict, we come to the same verdict every time we had this argument.
No one has more of the dominance factor, and that's all I'm saying.
According to what? Is there a chart for this?
More of the dominance factor. So
can you look at Valentina and not tell me you don't see like she? Of course, this is another level, but do you see the dominance factor in Valentina? That's the best example.
Yes, but there's a belt. There's a belt on the line. There's a belt on the line with that. That's
no belt on the line. That's how she got there. She dominated everybody to get to the belt. I mean, she's just that type of person, belt or not.
They're both dominant in their own ways, Cabo.
Like I'm glad you said it. So it's really a question of it's a question of each person's definition of dominant. To me, the ultimate dominance is regardless of how you get there, you finish. Like now there's other forms of dominance. There's dominance where you consistently outclass your opponent. There's that form of dominance. Then there's dominance where you essentially just overwhelm your opponent in a particular moment, or you're explosive in spurts. You know what I'm saying? There's fighters like that. But like there's different types of dominance. So I think that's like the main conflict with any agreement between any of us in regards to who's, more impressive or more dominant or on a higher level. Is different definitions of dominance is what it comes down to.
It's different definitions of dominance because this is not one discipline of mixed martial arts. This is mixed.
That's why I hold it by Valentina's standards, because she uses everything.
Combo. Answer Mark Robinson's
everything.
Answer Mark Robinson's question for me. Put that up on the screen.
All right, hold on. Mark always gives some good points. He said, are you saying that given what you've seen, you would wager that Manon can survive getting grabbed and taken down by a strong grappler or grapple back at the same level? Yeah. Yeah. I'm willing to wager that. Yeah. I've already, like I said, seen her grapple on the lower level against a strong fighter. If she's earned her brown belt and she's been working, yeah.
So she wouldn't drown. So she wouldn't drown under Casey O'Neill or Jillian Robertson.
No.
Oh, okay.
Because first of all, Jillian Roberts can't handle physically strong.
Jillian Robertson would drown Manon Fiorot.
She couldn't drown Taylor. She couldn't drown Miranda. Miranda's smaller than Manon. Come on.
I mean, Blanchfield is smaller than Manon too, and she dominated Maverick. I mean,
but she's bigger than Manon.
What's the point?
And she's a black belt, and she's this is her game. She's been doing this since she was late teens. So yeah, but we ain't talking about. We talking about Manon on Jillian. No, Jillian ain't gonna outwork and pin. You think she can really pin Manon to her back?
Absolutely.
Oh wow.
Listen, every big strong girl is not gonna beat Jillian Robertson. Jillian has lost to big strong girls, but every big strong girl is not gonna beat Jillian Robertson. In that case,
all over again.
Huh?
It's gonna be Taylor all over again.
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think that'll happen every time Jillian fights somebody that's bigger than her.
Because she's not.
Who's striking do you think is better, Tyler's or Manon's?
I think overall.
You think Manon will go in there and beat Tyler?
I think overall Taylor's is better, but Manon has a combination of her physical strength and the fact that she's not just going to be trying to submit you. She's going to be working. She's going to be hitting you with the hammer fist. She has that body. She has that frame to pin you. Like, it's not just pure jujitsu, it's gonna be a combination of everything. I think Manon has a little bit of everything. So, yeah, I think the more and more she moves up the ladder, Mark, I think she can grapple with him. Yeah. She's got some of y'all fool like Valentina just thinking she a pure striker. Then what the hell did Valentina do to Andrade in that fight that surprised everybody? What did she do?
I don't know why people were surprised in that fight. I don't know. Like,
nobody should have been
literally
surprised in that
every single fight she's been in the UFC, every single fight minus Amanda Nunes 2, she took the opponent. Like, I don't know why they kept screaming out, "Oh my God, she can grapple." That shit was so annoying, bro. Literally every fight.
It's like they never saw the Juliana Pena fight. Like, nobody should have been surprised that she took Andrade down like that. You know what I'm saying? But unlike Valentina, you know what I'm saying, Manon ain't out here taking everybody down and beating them and crucifixing them and submitting them and, you know what I'm saying, having to go through the trenches with a fighter like Juliana Pena whose main goal is to take you down and maul you. You know what I'm saying? Like, Manon hasn't faced that at this level. You know, at the level that she's at, you know, despite the level that Valentina's on, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, it is what it is. Like, Manon ain't gonna out grapple. I'm just gonna throw Tatiana Suarez. Tatiana Suarez gets a hold of Manon, she going for a ride. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is.
The best way I'm gonna stand by my argument. I ain't changing it. I'm gonna say this. Manon just reminds me of like a lower level Valentina on her approach to the game. The way she approaches with her stance, the way she approaches with her technique. It matters to her. The way she's moving, it's not sloppy. It's showing that assertiveness, how she approaches, how she turns her punches over, how she kicks, how she finishes her opponents. Like, she's not giving you a chance to win. That's why I'm seeing something more in her than I am Casey O'Neill. Now, I'm not saying Casey is awful, but I'm just saying there's parts where she needs to polish it up and be a little bit more dominant. Because again, look, Stamina made the best point right there. That's where me and him agree on that. Dominance is losing only 2 rounds in 8 fights across 4 years. That's what I mean about dominance, where you're not giving your opponent any room to breathe because every moment is mine. That's where I kind of see Manon. Okay, Manon has 19. She makes no excuses. She goes in there and still beats Mayra Bueno Silva. Right? That's what I mean. Like, but when she's 100%, she's looking to take your head off. She doesn't want to lose a single round.
Well, unless your takedown
rounds off. Like, there's a difference between winning and dominating.
Unless your takedown defense is unless her takedown defense is on Joanna Jędrzejczyk's level, she better start doing some work. Like, she better be prepared for these girls to be taken down. She better be ready to fight off of her back. Like I said, she don't have Joanna Jędrzejczyk takedown defense. I mean, nobody
number
does.
14, you can't. I mean, that takes some level there. I mean, she has takedown defense, but to compare it to that now, no. But she has the takedown defense to stop.
I just hope that Manon is ready. You know what I'm saying? I hope that Manon lives up to what you think she is. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm high on Manon, but I gotta see more from Manon. You know what I'm saying? You know, I hope that
Jessica Ida win now, huh?
No, I don't want Jessica Ida to win. Hell no. Jessica Ida is a mark. But I hope Manon is well prepared to be put flat on her back. That's all I'm saying. I hope that Casey O'Neill is prepared for somebody who stuffs her takedowns. You know what I'm saying? I hope that she's prepared to stand and strike with Roxy if it comes to that, because Combo, as we've discussed in the past, Roxy's accuracy, even though she's seeing the fight in pictures, you know what I'm saying? Her accuracy is spot on. You know what I'm saying? So I'm hoping that if Casey can't be dominant on the ground like she is against Roxy, I hope Casey O'Neill is prepared to stand and bang, which I think she's very capable of being. But as far as Manon, I hope she's ready to be put flat on her back. Prove me wrong, Manon. You know what I'm saying? Because somebody's gonna put her flat on her back, bro. Somebody's gonna take her down. She's gonna have to fight out of a submission one time or another. You know what I'm saying? So I just hope she's ready for that. I hope that she don't look like a fish out of the water on the ground when she gets down there. That's all I'm saying. If
Are you
she's as
sure you
good as
hoping so? It sound like you wishing more that she does.
no, I'm hoping that when she does, no, bro,
I hear
I'm
that tone,
telling
and it
you,
don't sound like you want Manon to make it, man. See, I
bro,
want to see Casey O'Neal win. I ain't gonna lie. Look, Casey needs to beat Roxy. I
I
want her to
want to
win.
see her win too. I
I
want to
want to
see
see her look
Manon win
better. I want
too.
to see her get better. I don't want to see her get knocked out in this fight. I don't want to see her get dropped and near submitted. I want to see her do good.
I want to see Manon do
But
good,
you
but
want to see
I don't want to
Manon
see,
down and dominated just to laugh at me. I think that's the vibe
bro.
I'm getting.
No, combo, no. I don't want to see Manon. Listen, when somebody comes into this division with this much steam behind them, as both of these girls have, I don't want to see them fall flat. I don't want to see Manon, her fire get put out by her looking like a fish out of water, flailing her legs around on the ground like Antonina Shevchenko. Like, I don't want to see that. I want to see her do well. I'm hoping that as good as you say Manon's ground game is, I'm hoping that it translates into the UFC and that it can work for her when she needs it to. You know what I'm saying? The only problem that I have is when you build up Manon and discredit Casey. We passed that. But I'm just saying, like, I hope that her ground game is as good as you're saying it is.
Zama,
I
he's
really
making a
do.
good point here, though. Zama said, "Can you guys just recognize pure athleticism and physicality?" Yeah, because this is what I'm recognizing in her. Especially in WMMA. He said it's a mother because Fiora was built. I ain't gonna say that, but she is built. She's one of the big built frame girls, and that does matter. Like her frame helps her a lot, like Lauren Murphy. So that's definitely like something I'm looking at. Like if she was to fight a grappler like Jillian Robertson, that definitely comes into play.
Yeah, but she ain't felt that Jillian Robertson pressure though. These girls break up under Jillian Robertson. I mean, that's a fact. They break. Jillian breaks these girls on the ground.
I don't see
And
her breaking a 5'7"
I mean, Manon
wide
ain't
girl
been,
at the bantamweight.
they ain't been in the cage together.
She couldn't break Taylor or Miranda. Miranda smaller than Jillian. Oh man.
And Taylor couldn't break Mara Ramel Barella. So what? She couldn't break Ramel Barella. So and look at where Taylor is and look at where Barella is right now, out of the UFC. So what is that? So
she won that fight though.
She lost the fight. She lost the fight. Combo, she lost the fight, bro.
I mean, you make it sound like she was exposed in that fight or like had a lot of holes. I mean, since then,
No, I didn't say that.
Where
But
is she now though?
She couldn't break Maida Bueno. I mean, she couldn't break Mara Mel Barella. Jillian Robinson breaks girls in the wins that she gets.
But
Her wins are.
Where's Taylor at and where is she at though?
Jillian Robinson's wins are landslides. Okay, they're not close wins.
Where is Taylor though?
Taylor is Taylor who decisioned Jillian Robinson. Oh, she's at the top. I get it.
The one that dominated Roxy and knocked JoJo, choked her out, right? She
I get that.
Yeah. Title shot.
Yeah, you're right. No, you're right. I can't argue with that. But that's what you just further prove my point. Look at where Mara Ramel Barella is and where Taylor Santos is right now. So, a fighter losing to someone doesn't define that entire fighter. You know what I'm saying? There's more to a fighter. Fighters are more than just their losses. So, I mean, their wins count just as much as their losses. So her losing to Taylor Santos, who's a big, strong fighter, doesn't mean that every big, strong fighter is going to beat Jillian Robertson.
Well, it depends. Like I said, like these big, strong fighters have the certain elements that they need. Just like how Roxy loses to just about every big, strong fighter. Like, that's why I'm questioning what Casey O'Neal's going to do, because she doesn't necessarily have that same type of physicality like Viviana Araujo, Lauren Murphy, Sarge, Taylor. But like, how Roxy gets defeated is kind of how Jillian Robertson gets defeated, the same way.
I mean, it is what it is.
Athletic, strong fighters with a good fundamental of what goes on the ground to avoid.
What was Shayna Dobson's size?
Who?
What was Shayna Dobson's size? Was she like tall or anything or no? She's like shorter.
I say she's like 5'4". Let me look her up.
I don't know what to say when it comes to Jillian. We're not talking about Jillian Robertson tonight.
5'6".
But there's anomalies in the UFC like Damian Maia. Okay, so let's not think that everybody gonna beat Jillian Robinson just because she's a pure grappler. Because everybody didn't beat Damian Maya. Okay.
I don't know. I could just see Manon doing what Macy Barber did to, or Taylor did to Jillian. I'm just saying that's, you know.
Oh, you mean when Taylor didn't finish her? Oh, you talking about? Oh, well, Macy did finish her,
but Taylor, Taylor worked.
Taylor didn't come close.
What did she open that eye up? I'm just saying.
Didn't come close to finishing, but
30-27.
I mean, it's okay to lay and pray. Lay and pray is one way to win.
Hey, look,
like that's one way to win.
You don't cut somebody with lay and pray.
Combo ain't gonna let that cut go, boy.
You don't cut somebody with lay and pray.
He said you don't cut somebody with lay and pray.
They say, who's Melissa fighting next? Melissa Gauda, did she sign something yet?
I hope it's Jillian Robinson. God, I hope it's Jillian Robinson. Or Aaron, yes.
Yes.
Marcus said if you're a low tier fighter, then Jillian might submit you. Ravio said Manon is wide, built like a block of ice.
Yeah, Manon is big though. Like Manon big in her midsection. If you look at her frame, like in her midsection, she is wide though. Like she built, she thick, she toned, very toned.
That's why even with that, I'm just trying to picture like, well, let me see. The fighter with judo would be like Andrea Lee, Jennifer Maya. Like besides them in the top 10 or 15, who do you see actually picking her up going for the ride? I mean, Andrade is out now, so I'm not counting her. Like who could pick her up, or who sets up those takedowns with her? Like who has that type of grappling to get her down though?
Ooh, Manon?
Yeah.
Montana De La Rosa.
Ranked fighters.
Oh, ranked fighters. Let's see. I'm trying to think through the rankings right now.
I'm looking at Jennifer Maya, and she doesn't choose to take some of these fighters down, so it's like she's not really giving me any hope here. I would say her. Lauren Murphy.
I mean, think about it. It's mainly strikers outside of, and even Andrea Lee even like strikes mostly, don't she?
Yeah, but she has a good ground game and good judo, good judo, And
yeah, but outside of Andrea Lee, I don't know. And then obviously Valentina, but
yeah, Valentina would definitely, I'm just saying, like, if they were to fight now, yes, she would definitely take her up in the air. But I'm just saying, like, there's nobody I really see, like, taking her for that ride unless you're Andrade. Like, Caitlin's not going to do it. JoJo's definitely not going to do it.
Well, Caitlin did bring out, it was against Antonina, though.
But yeah, everybody wants to take her down.
But Caitlin is a brown belt, though. But, I mean, I don't know how effective. But then again, she's got to get her to the ground if that's what she wants to do.
Right.
How does Manon's movement compare to Caitlin's though? And what I mean? Striking.
I think Manon's positioning is better for power, but the dangerous thing about Caitlin is she's a what do you call it?
Mobile fighter.
Yeah, mobile. And what I'm saying is like she doesn't commit because she wants to not get hit. She wants to touch you and get out. So her footwork
Manon moves in straight lines. Manon moves in straight lines.
No, I don't think she uses move in straight lines. She does use angles though.
She comes in at a straight line though. Like when she comes in throwing those they're in straight lines.
Like she'll throw like a good side kick and she'll step to the side though. Like she'll fight off the back foot too. But if you look at Caitlin, like it's a little bit tricky because she doesn't commit. She'll land just enough to touch you and get out. Point fighter, basically.
Right. She's a bona fide point fighter.
But I like it. I mean, because it frustrates.
I'd like to see her and Grasso, Manon and Grasso, man. Just to see how her movement, like how her striking. Because of the killer instinct, right? Like that's the main thing with Grasso that people say. Huh?
That and the
You said the
physicality.
Mm.
Grasso would
I
be
don't know how Grasso's gonna be though, man, because she ain't
Alexa
fought in so
Grasso
long.
would be Alexa Grasso would be in there with Manon. I don't care what nobody say. Alexa Grasso would be
In there where?
there with Manon.
In there like
won't-
where?
Like
Outside or
no, she would be. Now, what I'm saying is that you know what I'm
in the
saying.
fight?
Alexa Grasso is a high level striker, bro. Manon wouldn't. I don't think Manon would dismantle Alexa Grasso. Alexa Grasso, very good movement, angles, jab, boxing, clinch. You know what I'm saying? Manon would be. I mean, Alexa would be in there with Manon.
You know, Carla hit Alexa with some pretty good shots too.
Yeah, she did because she
And
was
she's
worried
been a
about the
boxer.
takedown.
So I
The
know that
takedown is
Manon
not
would get
something
off.
that the takedown is not really something that a fighter like Alexa Grasso has to worry about in a fight with Manon because that's not where Manon fights. I mean, she may take her down, but she's gonna bounce right back up. So it's not really much that Alexa Grasso would have to worry about. Alexa Grasso, to me, has a pretty decent ground game and could probably out grapple Manon Fiorito because based off of what we've seen in the UFC, Alexa Grasso knows how to work on the ground. She chooses. There's been situations where she's chose to work on the ground. Not so much for Manon Fiorito, though.
I don't know about that. I mean, like the problem with Alexa Grasso is, you know, she faces a fighter with some decent wrestling and strength, like Tatiana. She has trouble. And going back to the striking, I mean, Jin Yoon Kim was hitting her with some nice shots. So I'm just saying, like, if she stands with a long, tall fighter, she could get hit and she could get caught with some good shots. So it's all going to come down to can she hang with the flyweights? That's one of those flight questions that's going to be answered like Cynthia Calvillo. Can she hang with the big girls? Because I don't see Manon being completely outgunned like in that fight. That would be a good fight to match her up against. Like first top 10 fight. That would be a good fight for Manon.
Zaman said, I underestimate Manon Fiorito's takedowns and ground control. Zaman, when have we seen it in the UFC? When has Manon's ground game swayed her toward a win in the UFC? It hasn't.
Did
Stop
against
playing, Zaman. Stop
Did against
fooling
Myra
yourself. But she shut out Maida Bueno Silva. She beat her all 3 rounds. She could have kept doing what she was doing, and the score would have been the same for Manon. Those takedowns meant absolutely nothing. They meant nothing in that fight.
They don't mean anything now. Oh boy.
No, they don't mean anything
because you want to discredit her ground game, right?
No, they don't mean anything when you're already 10-8 the opponent in the round. A takedown doesn't do anything when you're already up 10-9.
What is a takedown? Because it's showing you that you can go to the ground.
It's showing that you can go to the ground, but it didn't help her win the fight.
Yes, it
did. Fight was already won.
We don't know that. That's why she got the takedown to secure the round. Why do you think Rose did that to Zhang Wei Li? She said, I want to secure the round and take the fight, so I'm going to take her down. It's called securing.
Take the takedowns out of the fight. Take the 2 little takedowns that Manon got out of the fight, and the score will still be the same.
But it's about being dominant.
I mean, it is what it is. Dominant is dominant, but she was already being dominant. You take the takedowns out of the equation, and the score is still 30-27.
But she showed you. That's what we're talking about, though. Not just
she showed it, but I'm not underestimating it. Underestimating what?
Yeah.
If I was BJ and I wanted to get on Manon's ground game or whatever and be like, you know, it's whatever. Like, check this out, right? So Antonina Shevchenko, right? She actually got a takedown and finished Ariane Lipsky.
Yep.
We know her ground game is like. Now I'm not saying that, you know, Manon's is nowhere near Antonina Shevchenko, but I'm just saying, like, even if you prove you could take someone down, it doesn't necessarily mean the ground game is. Now, granted, she's done it several times before, but you know, I'm just saying, like,
no. I'm not. I never said that. I said she has work. She took her down in the 3rd round, and that's why I brought up the Leah McCourt fight. She's been on the ground and she's worked. She has a ground game. I'm not just
Right.
basing off takedowns. I'm talking about work.
But she ain't done that kind of work that she did outside the UFC in UAE. She ain't worked like that in the UFC, and that shouldn't be up for argument. Like, that shouldn't be something that we're arguing about, because we have not seen her take
Hey, yo,
somebody
Combo,
down.
can you pull up the ground strikes for that Mauro man Buena Silva fight?
Pull it up, please. Let me pull it up too.
And then like the control time versus the ground strikes, and then you can get like a rate or something like that. You know what I mean? Because I base it off of a couple things, like the ground game. How many guard passes do you have?
Yeah.
And how many strikes are you landing? And how many submission attempts are you successfully able to, put in, whatever. Those are like the three main ones. You know what I'm saying? So like, if you consider it like work, then it has to include one or more of those three things: the strikes, the guard passes, or the submission attempts.
Yeah, anything that's going to keep the ref from standing you up. That's how I look at it. Hold
on. It's hard to find that information, I see.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. Hold on.
Wait a minute. So the UFC stat thing, they usually put like I don't know if they include that, but they just probably include the total strikes and significant and.
Yeah, like usually at the end of the fight, you pull it up, it's up there. Hold on. Yeah, because all I can find is, let's see, takedowns from a known 2, and then I see strikes, significant strikes, 91 out of 267, but it ain't got it broken down.
Right. I mean, you can always watch it back and then just count, I guess.
Yeah. The thing is, I just think that what we've seen her do, even in some past, pre-UFC fights, like, I think she has a good chance, because, like I said, like, how many of these fighters in the top 10 are really going to be taking her down? And if they did, how would she not fare well against them? Because Maya doesn't really want to engage. Lauren Murphy doesn't really show like a really big killer instinct, where Manon couldn't handle it by then. The only one I think that could would be Andrea Lee. Because even Viviana Rujo, she doesn't really go to the ground. Like, she doesn't want to gas out.
Man, she don't want nothing to do with no grappling.
Yeah.
She'll fuck around and end up like Nunes.
Yeah,
she tries to grapple.
One round and she's gassed. So.
Right.
So I want to know who BJ's talking about that's going to drown her. Like, I just had to open my eyes a little wider and look. I was like, who's drowning her?
Yeah, I don't know. Nah, man, I'm just like, my main thing is I just want to see like how they progress. Like, I don't know what it is about Manon, man. It's probably because like so many people say Manon is great and so many people diss Casey. That's why I'm trying, like, I'm not like seeing like, I don't know, like, I don't know, it's hard for me, man, because like I miss certain technical stuff, you know what I'm saying? Like, when it comes to striking, like the grappling stuff, I catch, like, ironically, I like striking typically more than grappling, but I catch the technical grappling stuff more than I catch the technical striking stuff. You know what I mean? It's crazy. So like you'll say like stuff like, oh, they're cutting the angles, this, that, and other. I'm like, okay, yeah, they're cutting off the cage, but I might miss like footwork or something like that, or like a feint. I don't know. Like, it's just difficult for me to see the little the little details that set strikers apart from other strikers than it is for because the grappling is easy for me to like pick apart which ones have the most efficient technique and stuff. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Shoot, I put, you know what? I take 1,000 right now. If Manon, I put 1,000 on Manon right now. If she beat Jessica, I'd say go ahead, fight down. Go ahead, see if Montana can drown you. Let's go ahead and put you in there with her next.
Yeah, that's different. That's different when That's different when she ended up with somebody her size that ain't playing around like Manon, like Maida Bueno Silva was. Maida Bueno Silva, they're taunting and whatnot. Montana wouldn't be about that. Montana will be trying to figure out how to win this fight. That's a different fight. Manon is not bigger than Montana. She ain't stronger than Montana. So we'll have that. Let's see it. I'd love to see that fight. She ain't gonna just dismantle Montana like that. I mean, come on, man. Montana gonna be shooting for doubles. Montana gonna be shooting for singles. You know what I'm saying? Like, and wrestling take that to me. Wrestler take
waiting for that against Arujo.
Wrestler takedowns are different than jiu-jitsu style takedowns. The way we see Jillian Robinson take people down, it's easier avoided than a wrestler takedown because wrestlers blast double legs and single legs. So that's totally different. You know what I'm saying? And that wrestling, I will never count out a wrestler. Somebody who's a wrestler and shows that they're a wrestler and shows their ability to wrestle, I'll never count them out again. Never, ever. Because Khabib showed us that if you put that wrestling and you put it to use how you're supposed to put it to use, nobody can stop you. Nobody. And Tatiana Suarez has showed us that too. You wrestle like you're supposed to wrestle. You use that wrestling the way you're supposed to, and nobody can stop you. Nobody. No, I don't.
Yeah,
listen, Edson Barboza was the guy. He was the guy. Justin Gaethje became the guy that was supposed to knock out Khabib, and pure wrestling got both of their asses beat, especially Edson Barboza, one of the best strikers in the world. Best foot movement, best combos, best kicks, best everything. Spinning kicks, spinning punches, everything. You name it, Edson Barboza has done it. And what did that mean when he stepped in there with Khabib? It meant absolutely nothing. It meant nothing. So, you know what I'm saying? I mean, fighters
no joke, man.
Fighters like wrestlers like Khabib, dude. Man, please. And Montana De La Rosa said after this next fight, she wants to go train with Khabib. Oh my God.
Well, she better, because right now I don't think she's gonna do that though.
No, I'm just saying though.
I mean that wrestling right now, that wrestling against the way Manon moves and the way Manon punches, something's opening up.
Yeah. Her face when Montana's beating her like she beat Lipsky.
I was gonna say the other way around. That nose is gonna open up, you know.
I mean, I'm just saying, man. Habib showed us, bro. Habib showed us that if you really can wrestle, nobody can stop you.
I want Montana to show me.
You want Montana to do what?
I want her to show me.
Okay, she showed you, dude. She's taking down people and mauled them, bro. Khabib style. I'm not saying she is Khabib, but Khabib style. Oh, absolutely, yes. She has taken people down and decimated them.
Tatiana has. I don't know about Montana, but Tatiana.
But I can tell you that Tatiana smokes Manon. No, smoke.
I don't know about that.
Smokes.
The only issue with that is the health, man. Like
that's
the Suarez that was killing people at strawweight, I would even argue that, because man, she's like, I was so disappointed about that situation, man. Because like, there's never been like that dominant wrestler type that could really handle the strikers as well, even though she's a wrestler and they're a striker type. Like, yeah, there was Carla, but like, I don't know, like Tatiana Suarez just was like that next level of just crazy wrestling skill.
Yeah. Suarez was like, I thought she was gonna be the champion, man.
She is gonna be the.
I mean, no, at strawweight, I didn't see any of them beating her at the time. Andrade or Zhang Weili or Rose. So I think her toughest actual toughest fight would have been Joanna. I think Joanna would have been Tatiana's toughest fight.
TDQ takedown defense queen.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, you better believe.
Joanna's strength is underrated. People just don't know how strong she is.
Because she got that wiry frame. That's why people underestimate her strength. Joanna's strong, man. That's a strong woman. That's a strong woman. She's big and she's strong. You know what I'm saying? But I hope when Tatiana Sport, like I follow her on social media. I talk to her behind the scenes. You know, she says she's feeling strong. She looks strong in her video, her training videos. You know, I just think that when Tatiana comes back, man, she gonna upset a lot of people. She gonna clear out. I say at least two or three of these girls that's sitting comfortable, like KGB or somebody or Jennifer Maya or somebody like that. They're gonna be food for Tatiana Suarez. It's food for Tatiana because you're sitting comfortable and you know you go into a fight with Tatiana thinking, "Oh, my striking is so good." That shit don't mean nothing, man. That shit ain't gonna mean nothing.
Man,
Tatiana Suarez, the minute she steps into the minute she steps into the cage on her comeback in a flyweight fight, she becomes the best wrestler, the best grappler in the division. Period. Because at that point, when she steps into the cage, she's officially a 125 pounder. So
Zaman is making a good point. This is the thing I say I don't know about Tatiana running through Suarez because you got to factor the size. But he said keep in mind that she's 5 times more athletic than Azaroff and twice her size.
It is what it is. And
Like,
Tatiana towered over
Tatiana would have cleaned out strawweight, but when we're talking about these big girls that look like bantamweights, I don't think she'll take Manon for a ride like that. You got to get past harder punchers than they were at strawweight. Think about that for a minute. You got to get past that straight left hand and the southpaw. She got a footwork to deal with a southpaw like Manon, and that's going to be spearing her in the body with a karate kick.
Who shoots like Tatiana though? Who shoots at the speed and the accuracy that Tatiana shoots at though?
She don't want to throw that sidekick at Tatiana though. Like you throw a sidekick at a wrestler. I mean, they catch that
Tatiana
shit.
Tatiana gonna catch that kick quick, dude.
You don't want to do
that.
Come on now. You know
she coming there throwing kicks at Tatiana.
How do you see that coming with a jab in your face?
She's not gonna throw a jab and a kick at the same time.
You never see it when you throw
fighters
you throw a jab off that kick, she'll kind of measure it off range like Melissa Gatto did.
With combo, fighters like Tatiana Suarez and Khabib, which you can put them in the same category. Tatiana and Khabib, to them, everybody that they fight are much better strikers than they are. Everybody that they fight, Dustin Poirier, Justin Gaethje, Conor McGregor, Edson Barboza, the list goes on and on and on and on with Khabib.
This is a bigger weight though.
It doesn't matter. It's all about the skill. They're equally matched.
The skill, Manon's skill as a striker. Love Tatiana. Look, again, I'm with you as her as a fan, but I'm gonna open your eyes. I'm gonna open her eyes. It's reality. Listen, when did she face somebody with that type of accurate striking at 115?
I mean, she really didn't. The most danger was Alexa Grasso.
And what did she do to Alexa Grasso? Because Alexa Grasso didn't have size. She crushed her, right?
This is more because Alexa Grasso's ground game.
We talking about big fighter that you're gonna have trouble. Did she crush Nina Ansaroff?
Yes. She dominated Nina Ansaroff from start to finish in that fight. Nina Ansaroff had success. She had success the last 15 seconds of the fight, and everybody wants to jump up and hurrah that Nina Ansaroff landed one clean punch, clean combo on Tatiana.
Crush her like she did Grasso.
She didn't crush her like she did Grasso. She
was injured in that fight halfway through or something like that. After the first round, I think.
She got injured in the first round of the fight with Nina Ansaroff.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I'll make a little bit of excuse there because she did have a lot of injuries at that time, but we still looking at a bigger weight, bigger fighters that can hit harder, fighters that are not going to stand in front of you, fighters that you're going to have to chase. Like,
we'll see, man. Well, like I said, dude, seeing Khabib come through like that. Seeing that one anomaly, dude, it just makes it.
But I mean, her positioning right now, coming off of these injuries, though, like you're dealing with
that's that thing, man. Damn,
strong, healthy Manon.
But fighters do that all the time, though, Combo. That's not like this is Tatiana Suarez being out with injuries. This is not an isolated thing. Like, I mean, come on, man. Dominic Cruz, how many times did Dominic Cruz go out with bad knee surgeries? Tissues being rejected, knee surgeries tissues being put in his knee and it being rejected by his body. Like the gnarly injury that TJ Dillashaw went through. Like, Anderson Silva, like how many fighters have been out with these horrific injuries, man, and they come back and they win.
They don't always look the same.
Really?
My phone about to cut out because my damn battery. Yeah.
I don't know about that, man. Robert Whittaker come back after those gnarly injuries he had, dude, and he looks the best he's ever looked. And he ain't take a step back at all. And Robert Whittaker was probably the most injury-prone middleweight in the entire roster. You know what I'm saying? And look at this guy now. So injuries, it depends. It's about how they bounce back from the injury, though. Just because you've been out with some injuries, that don't mean that it's going to affect you going forward. Fighters bounce back from injuries all the time.
Huh? 3 years out the game, new weight class. Manon is a good fight for her to fight. First
anybody's a good fight for her to fight.
Come on.
She was going to fight Roxy, so now Roxy's not as dangerous.
Okay, BJ, look, you're in her corner. I'm gonna keep breaking it down till you see what I'm
not in her corner, bro. I am in her corner, but
listen. No fan. You're in her corner. Your fighter's just coming back after 3 years. You're gonna throw her in there with anybody.
Dude, Manon is on a certain level, bro. Manon is not top 5.
But you don't want to at least test out the injuries first. You don't want to put her in there with an unranked fighter. You really think that she'll blast through Manon first fight back after 3 years at a new weight class? Somebody taller than her. Somebody that walks around as a bantamweight.
Tatiana Suarez walks around as a bantamweight as well. She used to fight at bantamweight.
Okay. Who right now is fresh, though?
It's fresh.
Okay. Go ahead. Your corner now. You corner. It's your fighter. You would put her in there as a first fight back against.
Yes, bro. Manon is only super dangerous to you, Combo. I see the potential in Manon, but Manon is not this marauder that you're trying to say she is, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's more to be seen from Manon before we can say that she'll beat somebody like Tatiana Suarez. Like, we just got that. I mean, that's like saying Casey O'Neill will go in there and beat Tatiana Suarez. We can't put Manon in that. Manon is not, to me right now, she hadn't shown to be as dangerous as everybody trying to make her out to be. She's no more dangerous than Casey O'Neill. She's not somebody that's going to wipe out everybody that they put in front of her. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen, man. It's not going to happen.
First fight back, I don't know, man.
Combo said, I don't know.
Hey, gotta go because my battery about to die. So, thanks for having me on, Combo. I still appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir, man. Be easy, man.
Yep.
Mark Robinson says, I have to believe that Tatiana will put on some more muscle and weight. Oh, she done put on some muscle and weight. Have you seen Tatiana Suarez?
Yeah.
She ain't.
Yeah, she looks good.
Yeah, she's put on weight.
I would like her in an unranked matchup though. Like, she came back, I would like her to fight Jillian or something first, just to see how she fares. A style that she can handle. She would beat
Jillian. She would beat Jillian.
Yeah.
She would beat Jillian. She would beat Jillian. She would beat O'Neill. She would beat Manon. She would beat Miranda Maverick. She would beat them all. Like, I mean, and that's just purely based off of what we've seen. Now, listen to that stamina. He said Tatiana has weight to spare. Ooh, Lord. Yeah, Tatiana. Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at that the other day. I was like, yeah, okay.
That Latina done come out, boy. I'm telling you, that real Latina.
Yeah.
Tatiana thick with 3 C's. I'm telling you, bro. She is. I'm like, Tatiana, okay.
Oh, man. Yeah. She need to fight a bantamweight or something.
I'm telling you, bro. Tatiana look thick.
But my thing is, look, if she could get back in there and get back to what she was at 115, yeah, I'd be like, she be right back in the mix, man.
But we never gonna see the same on the same page, bro. We're never gonna be on the same page about this. We're just not. We just because there's different. For me and you, bro. There's different things that appeal to us. You know what I'm saying? Like different things stand out. To what stands out to you don't stand out to me, and what stands out to me don't stand out to you. You know what I'm saying? It's just we just gonna, and it makes for good episodes, bro.
True. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'm just saying,
You
like,
know?
what I see in Malone is just, I don't know, like, I see it, but I just see more work needed in Casey O'Neill. Again, that ain't like putting her
Yeah,
down. I'm just saying, I just see something that needs to be worked on for a few more fights than Malone. She's just a few fights behind her.
yeah. No, I feel you, man. But listen, dude, I got to split. Okay, I have got to finish watching Daredevil. I'm a huge Marvel fan, bro, and not me. Was so zoned in on the shows that were coming out on Disney Plus. I didn't even think that there were a host of Marvel shows on Netflix. So I'm 10 episodes into the first season of Daredevil. So I got to get back to it, bro.
Yeah, I'm watching the show Kingdom on Netflix. It's a zombie show.
Is it good?
Yeah, it's good so far. It takes place in early Japan or something like that.
Really?
So it's like totally different atmosphere than what you see as far as zombie shows. It's, you know, people having samurais fighting zombies, no guns at all. So it's
Really?
crazy.
It's called Kingdom.
Yeah, Kingdom. I'm 3
I'm gonna have to
episodes
watch
in and it's crazy. So
I'm gonna have to watch that. The thing about real quick about Daredevil, man. You know, I was expecting just another show, but Daredevil is a dark show, dude. Like, I mean, it's
is it?
Marvel. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you saw the new Spider-Man yet, but this is what got me on it because I went and saw the new Spider-Man, and then in Spider-Man, this dude shows up for like a quick second, like because Spider-Man was looking for a lawyer. Spoiler alert. And this guy walks in, this blind dude with these glasses on and a walking stick. I'm like, that looks like fucking Daredevil.
Mm-hmm.
Come to find out, that's who it was. Quick Google search, I learned that there's a whole show. So I'm like, okay, I got to go watch this whole show. But you talking about a dark, violent, bloody show? If you like that kind of superhero, dark superhero type thing, watch Daredevil. It's really, 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 really good.
Is it like Punisher or something?
It's kind of to the. Actually, it was more than one thing that led me to the show because I was watching the what's the new show, the Hawkeye show, and this man shows up in the very last episode, and I'm like, Kingpin. I'm like, who the hell is Kingpin? Quick Google search, and he is also from Daredevil. So there were I seen two different characters in two different movies and shows from this one show. You know what I'm saying? But it's kind of like Punisher. Yeah, like I haven't dove into Punisher, but from what I know of Punisher, it's dark like that. It's dark like Punisher.
I've been watching all the Korean shows. Like the Korean shows have been coming up. I mean, the basic one, Squid Games, I got that out of the way. But then there was another one, Hellbound. And then there's other zombie show come out from Korea. And then there's this other one, like Koreans is like killing it, man. Like, what's the other one? Sweet Home. Yeah, like Korean shows killing it, man.
Are they good?
They're
Are
good.
they
Like some of them
subtitled?
come from like webtoons.
Are they subtitled?
Yeah, they're subtitled. You can, they're subtitled, or you can do English with subtitle. Either one.
Okay. I'm gonna have to check it out, bro. Thanks for the suggestion. I got to get through Jessica Jones. Yeah, like somebody said it on here in the comment section. Daredevil, Punisher, first season of Jessica Jones. Also the Defenders. You know what I'm saying? I got to get through that. Like because I'm just a huge Marvel dude, so I gotta watch all of that. But yeah, Combo, I'm gonna get off here, bro. Good talk tonight. What's today? Today is Sunday. I will probably be live on. I'll probably take tomorrow. I got so much to do tomorrow, bro. I just got a house. I gotta go paperwork.
Okay.
Yeah, paperwork, all this stuff. I got to do that tomorrow on my lunch break. So I'll probably be on Tuesday night. I get off at 5 on Tuesday, 5 Eastern time. So I'll probably be live about 7:30, 8 o'clock, 8:30, somewhere around that area. I'll go live and, as we get closer to these fights and whatnot, just to put some content out there. But
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, because Tuesday I'm gonna be working, but I'm gonna take the time out to troll you.
yeah, I know. I absolutely know. But yeah, guys, peace out to the chat fam. I talk a lot of shit to y'all, but I love each and every last one of y'all. Combo Breaker, I appreciate you having me on, bro.
Yeah, man.
And I'm out, man.
All right, later, man.
Peace out, bro.
All right, y'all. So yeah, I'm about to get up out of here too. Another one of them 2-hour specials, right? Yeah, we gotta end this conversation. And like I said, I don't think we'll ever agree on certain things, but that's the fun part of it. Agree to disagree. So yeah, let me get ready to get up out of here. I got some stuff to watch. So make sure y'all hit that like button. Hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't. And I probably won't jump on until like Wednesday myself. Wednesday or Thursday, maybe. Probably Wednesday. Yeah, definitely Wednesday for me because I'm gonna be busy tomorrow and Tuesday. But yeah, you'll catch me trolling him if he come on for sure. But yeah, man, like always, Combo Breaker 99. I am out. Subscribe. Peace.